It's time to talk about a man. A man with an ass. Philip Burnell is a man. Philip Burnell is a man. Philip Burnell is a man with an ass. Yeah. Philip Burnell is a man. Philip Burnell is a man. Philip Burnell is a man who had a burst on May 1st. Why? Because he had a thirst. He stroked his dong until it burst. The camera was on. It was on the whole time, so everyone saw him stroking from behind. Oh yeah. Philip Burnell is a man. Philip Burnell is a man. Philip Burnell is a man with an ass. Support his family. Philip Burnell is a man. Philip Burnell is a man. Philip Burnell is a man. Please tip him for those groceries. Philip Burnell, he thinks you want to know about his day off, but you really don't. But he's Phil. He gets a thrill out of stroking his little Phil. Until he shoots a load that will spill on his DualShock 4. Oh no, he's Phil. Philip Burnell is a man. Philip Burnell is a man. Philip Burnell is a man with an ass. Oh yeah. Philip Burnell is a man. Delusions of grandeur, yeah. Philip Burnell is a man on Twitter. Pulsating chicken sandwiches are unsatisfactory to this man, even though he ate crappier stuff on his show. Oh no, he's Phil. Undercooked pizza, that's his thrill, but don't put too much sour cream on his sandwich. I meant honey mustard because he's Phil. He had a thrill. He didn't like his sandwich because the cheese did spill, but that wasn't cheese, it was honey mustard. Lay a turd out of his butthole. I don't know what that means. Suck a turd out of his butthole. And now he's gonna masturbate, but he can't because it's not May 1st. No thirst. Philip Burnell is a man. Philip Burnell is a man. Philip Burnell is a man with an ass. Don't you dare say he's playing uneasy. He has gamer skills. He once scored in a tournament. He placed 4th, but in America, he was 1st. But that makes no sense. He wasn't playing against all of America, but he did have a burst on May 1st where he stroked his dong until it burst. Oh, Philip Burnell is a man. Philip Burnell is a man. Philip Burnell is a man with an ass. Oh yeah. Philip Burnell is a man. Philip Burnell is a man. Philip Burnell is a man who had COVID and bitched about it for weeks, baby. Skip, dip,
wow.
Dip. Oh, the camera's on. Camera's on the whole time.
Crap. What an intro. Well, I had to hear it, so you had to hear it too. I guess most of you have probably heard it, so that's a good thing or a bad thing for the people who hadn't heard it before. So there you go. Pretty cool. Hello, and welcome. I'm Ann. I'm here coming at you live from the studio. You know how it is. That was Philip Burnell is a Man song by RTU. He, I don't know. He feels sexually something towards him. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, almost the 5-year mark. You gotta be kidding me, man. It's kind of wild. It's I don't know. This countdown right here is like my favorite countdown. To think that I've been around since its inception and just been kind of chilling out and watching it go down, man. How the time flies. But we're not here to talk about the time flying. We're here to talk about somebody flying off the handle because for some reason DSP took it upon himself to get really ass mad today about Baldur's Gate. Now, I know that he was going to have some kind of feeling today. Honestly, I didn't even think it was going to be that big of a deal. I thought he's just going to make a big whatever. It's okay because he's going to play it anyway, blah, 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 blah. And then, you know, he does the ta-da schedule change. Hell, you know what? I even predicted it was going to be a different like game he was going to reveal. For those of you who weren't aware, my prediction was he was going to do the was it? Oh my god, why are you hitting me with that now, Vikes?
50 big ups, and is a VTuber man. A Dubai enjoying man. He drinks rum cause he can.
That is true.
Don't ever scam. The game list is the plan.
You know what? We'll figure out what we're gonna do. Hold up. Let's swap to this really quick. Okay, there we go. I'm here. Hello. Okay, so the game that I actually predicted he was gonna play was going to be this game. We were going to have God of War, Ragnarok. We were going to have the Valhalla shit. I thought we were going to have DLC, but he actually surprised me. We didn't. We got smelly Baldur's Gate. Now, to be fair, Baldur's Gate, like, it's won a bunch of accolades. People are championing it. It is like a cool ass game. And people want him to play the game. So much so that they got him a free copy. And it beat my expectations of what he was going to announce. So he has announced officially that his schedule has changed, and we are now officially getting the Baldur's Gate 3 trying out, not even a full playthrough, but the trying out stream. That's going to happen sometime in the week. Big ups. Oh, shocker. Absolute shocker. But, if it was just that, if it was just DSP going, yeah, I'm going to play Baldur's Gate, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But of course, DSP just can't be like that. He has to be extra. We had additional nonsense. Apparently, he went on his chat and he started a fury of posts. It's pretty simple. I said Baldur's Gate 3 wouldn't win before Starfield came out, and that Starfield was a huge make or break moment for Bethesda. Well, Starfield sucked and left a huge void, and so it was simple. But of course, nobody will admit that. They act like I said yesterday that Baldur's Gate 3 wouldn't win. If you asked me in the last 2 months, I said either that or Zelda because it's journalists after all. So nice try, but you can fuck off. They were like, well, are we going to get a recap? No, I'm not doing a recap. I'm going to field questions about it. 3.5 hours is too much to recap. It's too fucking long. I didn't sit there taking notes while I watched. We had the, what is it? When somebody questioned about him being wrong about Baldur's Gate, I wasn't wrong. Baldur's Gate 3 likely wouldn't have been a shoo-in to win if it had stayed PC exclusive. But again, these were comments I made many months ago before Starfield flopped. And then finally, DSP Gaming, I was referring to the podcast where you said it was a PC-centric game couldn't win. Yes, that was over 5 months ago, and Baldur's Gate 3 isn't just on PC anymore, so again, nice try, you're wrong. I'd already changed my answer ages ago, but you seem to forget that. Now, the funny thing about him changing his answer, I don't know when he changed his answer. Because, spoiler alert, he only mentioned it a few times, but I can't see where on earth he would have ever changed his answer. Now, we can go through every single instance of him ever mentioning the word Baldur's Gate. Probably not in 2021, so we can probably not do these days. Let's see. 2023, okay, he's talking a lot about Baldur's Gate. I feel like we could go on a field trip. Yeah, you know what? We can go on a field trip. Let's see if we can find DSP changing his mind. Now, we need a little bit of context. We need to know, when did DSP actually make his statement about it not being able to be a Game of the Year contender? And I believe this was provided to me by Cerulean. Yeah, Cerulean, that skeleton guy. His old answer was bullshit because the epic no one will talk about it Baldur's Gate Starfield comes out. That's the one I'm looking for. And this should be it. Should be August 25th. So we're going to make sure we're going to hit the play button and we're going to put this up. We're going to kill the BGM. We're going to lower that.
You know what I mean? I really don't think it's going to be a focus of any Xbox gamer. They're going to already be into this 100 other games that are coming out in the fall gaming season. No one's going to go back and say, oh, I've been waiting for Baldur's Gate. No, they've already heard about it and they moved on to play other games. That's why you need to have it come across all platforms, or what's the point? Okay.
Yeah, you know what? I know that there is AquaTeal's video. I'm just trying to streamline the process because we want to get into the good juicy bits. But if you want the short and sweet from AquaTeal, yeah, that AquaTeal. We had that video that was posted up 18 hours ago, which was the shitty take. I believe I can find it on this day because it should be the same day. Yeah, that's the same shirt he was wearing that day, so.
Here's the thing, though, all right?
Yeah, the 25th.
People still don't understand. Right now, Baldur's Gate 3 is all the rage. And it's all the rage for good reason. Everyone who's playing it on PC is saying it's one of the best RPGs ever made, yada yada. However, it's a PC-centric RPG. So, when you look at Baldur's Gate 3, you have to judge it in the same vein as games like Divinity, right? Or other similar titles. Baldur's Gate 3 is popular right now. But once Starfield hits, you're likely not going to hear anything about Baldur's Gate ever again. Baldur's Gate 3 could literally be the best game of the decade, and it's still not going to get as much attention as a game like Starfield. Okay? You have to understand this, all right? So when I hear things like, oh, it was unfair that Xbox wasn't getting Baldur's Gate 3, but PlayStation is, you have to understand something. In 1 week's time, no one will be talking about Baldur's Gate 3 in the mainstream gaming media. It will as if the game never existed. Because all you're going to hear is Starfield, 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 and then Lies of P, Mortal Kombat, and then when October hits, all those new releases that are consoles. You're not going to hear Baldur's Gate 3 whispered once. You may hear it at the end of the year as a Game of the Year contender, and it will not win Game of the Year.
You know what? We can.
And the Game of the Year is Baldur's Gate 3.
Ah, yes. The timing. The timing. Oh my god. There you go. So big ups to AquaTeal. We do appreciate the clip as always. You know what? We're gonna make sure we get him completely within context. We don't want to take DSP out of context. Okay, we want to take him fully at his word when he's sitting here and he's giving us the "I'm gonna suck your face." What the fuck? I don't like when I hit the pause button, because when I hit the pause button or I scrub around, I get a face like this. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to think about this face. It looks like he's ready to fucking suck a dog off or something, man. He's got that face. What the fuck? Okay. Where is it? It's a... Let's see. We want to literally be the best game. Okay. Fucking Baldur's Gate. I like how it calls it Baldur's Gate. Oh, they don't even know what the hell to call it. Big ups. You're gonna hear Starfield. Let's just look in the transcript. My God. Please. There we go. So it's right around here. We're gonna hear full context fill. I don't want to miss a single moment of the context.
Would have made a lot more sense, but that's what they're going for, okay?
We don't want to lose the context on Phil, please. We want to take him at his word. The other
story I have for you today is a little interesting. So originally, they announced that Baldur's Gate 3 was going to be PC exclusive for a month.
And don't forget that this was coming off of the back of Phil basically praising Baldur's Gate for being a very, very good game, and the fact that the company behind it were very pro-consumer, for the fact that they were willing to attack other companies, saying that they should be putting out full-fledged games at a set price that's reasonable instead of like piecemealing shit and like season passes and crap. He praised them for being really, really good. And people were like, Phil, you should give it a shot.
And then I guess this month of September coming up, it's going to come out for PS5. But everyone was like, well, what happened to Xbox consoles? Why do they get the short end of the stick? Is it not coming out? So it has been announced. Yes, Baldur's Gate 3 will ship on Xbox this year. The Series X will maintain a split screen feature where 2 people can play at the same time co-op. However, the Series S will not have this feature. It is a compromise that has been made so that it can be ported to Xbox consoles. And the rumor is that's why they were saying that they weren't actually going to put it on Xbox consoles to begin with, because they said that I guess the S couldn't handle it. But now I guess they're saying, well, screw it. Just take the feature out of the S, but leave it on the X. I don't know. I guess this is a good thing.
Here's the thing, a good thing.
This is what a lot of people still don't understand. Right now, Baldur's Gate 3 is all the rage. And it's all the rage for good reason. Everyone who's playing it on PC is saying it's one of the best RPGs ever made, yada yada. However, it's a PC-centric RPG. So, when you look at Baldur's Gate 3, you have to judge it in the same vein as games like Divinity, right? Or other similar titles. Baldur's Gate 3 is popular right now. But once Starfield hits, you're likely not going to hear anything about Baldur's Gate ever again.
Looks you dead in the eye. He's like, yeah, man. You're never going to hear about Baldur's Gate ever again.
I'm sorry, but that's just the way of things. The console-centric games in this generation get all the press, get all the media attention, and get all the hype. Baldur's Gate 3, I'm glad got the coverage that it did, and that everyone has talked about it. I'm happy for that, and I'm glad that it sold like hotcakes on PC, and it was one of the highest played games, concurrent players, and all of that. But I hate to say it, these PC-centric RPGs do not get the traction of mainstream console RPGs, even if they're better. They don't get the traction. Do you remember when Divinity Original Sin 2 came out and every PC player said, oh my god, it's the best game ever? Did it even get seriously considered for Game of the Year by anyone?
Oh, okay. I want to look this up. I believe somebody has told me before, but did it not have a contention for like actual Game of the Year? Did it not? Because I feel like it won several awards in all sorts of things, but maybe not at the Game Awards, maybe. But like, what does that even mean? So let me get this straight. By past Phil's logic, if a game has garnered the award of Game of the Year from the Game Awards, the thing that we don't even like, we hate fucking Jeff Keighley and shit, right? We hate Jeff Keighley. We hate the fucking Dorito Pope. We hate all the fucking nonsense that comes out of that show. But if that game gets the coveted title Game of the Year, all of a sudden it means it's good. So he's about to eat crow because of all of this shit he said. Won Best RPG that year. Well, there you go. Won Best RPG. It didn't win Game of the Year, but it still won Best RPG.
Outside of the PC community, who was talking about it? And by the way, that game absolutely got ported to consoles. Did you hear hype for it? Did you hear buzz about it? And again, there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? And again, and already you got idiots in the chat. Oh, you see, he's already giving props to Starfield. I didn't say anything good about Starfield at all. I have not praised Starfield. I'm telling you like it is. Console games that go mainstream get more media attention, get more press, get more publicity, and get more buzz, and get talked about, and even get considered for Game of the Year way more than PC-centric games. So you have to stop with the bullshit and understand the way of reality. It doesn't matter if you live in your PC bubble and all you do is play PC games, so that's all you hear about. That's not reality. Baldur's Gate 3 could literally be the best game of the decade, and it's still not going to get as much attention as a game like Starfield. Okay? You have to understand this. All right?
Please understand.
So when I hear things like, oh, it was unfair that Xbox wasn't getting Baldur's Gate 3, but PlayStation is, you have to understand something. In 1 week's time, no one will be talking about Baldur's Gate 3 in the mainstream gaming media. It will as if the game never existed. Because all you're going to hear is Starfield, 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 and then Lies of P, Mortal Kombat. And then when October hits, all those new releases that are consoles, you're not going to hear Baldur's Gate 3 whispered once. You may hear it at the end of the year as a Game of the Year contender, and it will not win Game of the Year. It's time to face the facts. This is how it is now, all right? These PC games do not get the hype anymore. I'm sorry. You can fool yourself as much as you would like into thinking one way or the other. But I'm telling you like it is, they don't get the attention anymore. They just don't. If it were a game that...
look at him smile when he says that.
Like
look at this. Look at this.
They don't get the attention anymore.
He's giving a smile. He gives a little snake laugh.
They just don't.
He's having fun with this. He loves telling you you're wrong.
If it were a game that were mainstream across all platforms and getting all the hype and getting all the media attention and getting all that, absolutely. But it's like I said a few months ago. This year, or not a few months ago, a few weeks ago. This year is a weird year. All right, and here's why. Because this year, everyone is playing their specific RPG that they love and claiming it's Game of the Year. This started with Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Oh my God, Tears of the Kingdom, so much better than Breath of the Wild. It's innovative, it's amazing, it's gonna get Game of the Year. And then Diablo 4. Oh my God, Diablo 4. It looks so good. It plays like old school Diablo. It's so good. It's a return to form. Diablo 4 is definitely getting Game of the Year. And then Final Fantasy 16. Oh my God.
He is really loving this. He loves this so much, trying to make a point. And he doesn't even know what the point he's trying to make. His point that he's like struggling to make is, well, in reality, all of these other games are also going to say that their respective communities believe that they have the Game of the Year contender. Look, you can probably say that for some communities, but I think it was pretty well established by about a month in that Baldur's Gate was doing so well with the community and outlying communities that it was kind of a big deal.
Final Fantasy 16, finally appealing to the masses. They dumbed it down with an awesome combat engine now that plays like Devil May Cry. The graphics, ooh, the story, ooh, the adult story. There's swearing and sex and blood and gore. It's like Game of Thrones plus Final Fantasy. It's everything we ever wanted. Final Fantasy 16, the best game ever, Game of the Year.
That's going to be so cool because the game that he's about to force himself to play has sex and mature rated content and blood and gore and all sorts of stuff. That's actually pretty cool, you know, when you think about it. He's literally about to play a game where half of the cast literally want to fuck you. Pretty cool.
And then Baldur's Gate 3 came out. Do you understand that none of these games are going to... none of them are a shoo-in for Game of the Year. They can't be. You understand that, right? You get it. And it's insane because each little isolated community feels like their game is a shoo-in for Game of the Year. Wrong. That's not how it works anymore. It's about the money. It's about the publicity. It's about the games media. That's really what gets games propelled into consideration for like a Game of the Year contention. Even if Starfield sucks ass, it's going to be Game of the Year contender.
You love this? Oh, you love this? This part you probably need for context too. Listen to this.
Game of the Year contention. Even if Starfield sucks ass, it's going to be Game of the Year contender. I kid you not. Even if it's a horrible, broken, buggy fucking mess of a piece of shit game, it will still be considered for Game of the Year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Baldur's Gate, not even going to be on the list. Not even going to be on the running circle.
But I really, really, really find it hard to believe that Baldur's Gate 3 would ever win a Game of the Year. It's a PC-centric game. And it's like people said, it's going to come out on PS5. Oh, but it's coming out on Xbox. No one's going to talk about it. There's other games already coming out that will have all the hype by then. The only way Baldur's Gate 3 was going to get mainstream appeal is if it was all platforms at once in the middle of the summer. Then maybe. But it's too late. By the time it comes out on PS5, Xbox, people have moved on and they're playing other games.
It's too late. It's too late, stupid. By the way, this guy, it took him an additional fucking 2 extra months after he put away Starfield because of how shit it was for him to complete the game. A game that takes like less than 30 hours to beat the actual main campaign. He put it down. He walked away for almost 2 months, came back, and begrudgingly finished it.
That Baldur's Gate 3 is old news. They're not going to get hyped for the game 2-3 months later. That's not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they say? You always have a, you only have one chance for a first impression. Baldur's Gate 3 gave its first impression, and that impression was, it's a PC game. It's, you know? And again, I'm not talking shit about Baldur's Gate 3. I respect people who are liking it and enjoying it. If you think it's your game of the year, good for you. I'm happy you're enjoying it. It sounds to me like an amazing game. Sadly, it doesn't fit my content format, but it sounds like an amazing game that I hope you enjoy. But I'm just telling you like it is. And if you disagree, I mean, hey, listen.
Hands up, don't shoot.
You could disagree, but I don't want to say I told you so at the end of this year. I really don't. All right?
Okay, well, I'm glad that he doesn't have to tell us that he told us so, because now we get to tell him we told you so, because spoiler alert, Baldur's Gate fucking won. Let's just take a look to see any time he's ever mentioned the words game of the year, because I think most of them have been, oh god, this is even worse. This is even worse. Yep. We don't want to look at it from that. We literally have to look at it from the perspective of, whatchamacallit? We have to do a search. I hate this. I'm actually going to hate this. All right, let's take a look. We're going to just start from the 25th and move our way up. So at least we're going to have less videos that we got to look at. Thankfully, I kind of wish I had raw transcripts, because raw transcripts would help a lot. But thankfully, because we can move past most of this, there's actually only a few days that we actually have to look at. That's actually pretty good. So let's see how many times DSP, because I'm going to give a little small spoiler alert. Phil said in his podcast today, we're going to give him the generous offering of it being called a podcast. In his podcast today, he said that, well, I actually said in reality, that Baldur's Gate was going to win the entire time. So let's just see. At one point he would have said about Baldur's Gate. So we have a fucking react video where he talked about Baldur's Gate for some fucking reason. Oh my god, oh, he talked about it for minutes. What did he talk about here?
This video here, Baldur's Gate 3 is way too good apparently. We've already talked about this on my podcast. So I don't know what more I can really add to the subject, because we've already talked about it and how there's game developers who are afraid that this will become the new norm.
Baldur's Gate did try
happens and how good the game was. Everyone will expect a game of that quality. Let's at least watch a little bit of it, but I don't think we're going to watch this whole video. Okay, so
it's somebody else's reaction for Baldur's Gate. It's most likely not here because this is on the 27th. There's no way he would have changed his mind then. We also have another react on the 28th as well. Let's just take a look. What did he say here where he was like sniffing his fingers?
Baldur's Gate 3 and stuff like that. So, comedy videos, food commentaries, comparing products from different countries, talking about, you know, what it was like to be a pro wrestler, talking about, well, actually someone driving around playing the Grand Theft Auto theme on a bike as they were driving around, parodies of cartoons. It was just like so much variety. Really, it was just so much going on. Game discussions. They were talking about Baldur's Gate 3 and stuff like that. So,
okay, he basically just said it in passing. That was the thing that he looked at. Baldur's Gate 3. So he mentions it again. It's on a fucking video review. What the fuck were we looking at?
What is it with Baldur's Gate 3? I get it. Like, it's a popular PC game. Everyone's liking it or has something to say about it. Do I really want to hear this guy's opinion on Baldur's Gate 3? I really don't, honestly.
Okay, so he was just mad that somebody submitted another video trying to convince him to play it, and he dismissed it. So what else do we have? We have Baldur's Gate 3 as a chill game. What happened here? Trust me, I'm going through every single one of these. I want to make sure that there is not a single time that DSP has said, by the way, I actually think Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win Game of the Year. He could have changed his mind. We don't know.
Gate 3 is a chill stream. Yes, maybe. This year, no. No way I'm going to play a game like that during this busy... Here, first of all, Savage 2 Day says, would I ever consider playing Baldur's Gate 3 as a chill stream? Yes, maybe. This year, no. No way I'm going to play a game like that during this busiest upcoming fall gaming season.
I forgot he had this linking thing going on.
I also
fuck was
received a
this?
$10 tip.
Okay. He just mentions it there. It was a tip. Baldur's Gate 3 apparently has just done something. What happened here?
Apparently, so everyone else will compare their games to yours. But Baldur's Gate 3 apparently has just done that with the whole kind of PC RPG style game. So
December 6th? All right, let's take a look at the December 6th then. I want to hear his take. Because if he changed his mind, I want to know specifically when it happened. Okay, that's not going to be helpful at all. Does anybody have a timestamp of when that would have happened on December 6th? GTA 5 Xbox bug happens when you open the menu. It's a weird thing. It's kind of weird. Did change his mind later on after Starfield sucked, even though after he thought Starfield would be 100% nominated even if it sucked. All right, I'm gonna take a look. We're gonna look at the fucking podcast. If it happened on the 6th, I want to take a look at it. I want to see if he actually said it. So it would have literally been, it literally would have been the day before. Is this why he remembers it so vividly? Possible. Mention it. $47.42 on Snortcast. Okay. Take a look. Appreciate it. Thank you, Dogsplain. Oh, did
Zen Shuriken says, I don't see why they would give so much money away. Game Pass is for flops. I mean, it's a good point. If it ends up winning Game of the Year at the Game Awards, which it might, like now that I've seen the playing field kind of get narrowed a bit, I do think it might win. I'm actually feeling pretty strongly that it might win. Although, never underestimate the power of the gaming media, who still might vote for fucking Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which doesn't even deserve to be in contention for Game of the Year. It could still win. That's what I'm actually worried about. I'm actually okay with any of those games winning Game of the Year except Zelda. So as long as Zelda doesn't win, I'm okay with whatever gets picked. But man, I'm nervous they're gonna fucking pick Zelda. I really am. It should not even be on that list, right?
Okay, well there you go. That was when Phil changed his mind. Phil, the day before, changed his mind. And that's what we ended up getting. That's pretty good. All right, so let's listen to today's, the nonsense. I'm not going to use his actual Phil channel right now. What is he doing right now? Is he having fun? Oh, God.
Okay.
He's having a lot of fun. Man, he's having a fucking barrel of monkeys right now. People are dead. Everybody over here's dead. Nobody really cares. He's wearing a fucking penis and balls on his head. Of course he changed his mind. The thing is that even if he changes his mind, he's very adamant trying to rewrite history, because it still doesn't invalidate how really ridiculous he was being at the time, because he really didn't have to be as ridiculous as he was. Absolutely not. But you know, DSP, he has to be very particular. He has to be a very serious boy when it comes to these things, man. So let's take a look at the DSP podcast. It starts pretty early, so you can enjoy. You can buckle up your assholes and get ready for this.
Show. Now, as you know, I've told you guys this every single year. The Game Awards are not official. The Game Awards do not represent anything official whatsoever. Just because a game won or lost or ranked but didn't win at the Game Awards doesn't mean a game is good or bad. They have absolutely no bearing on anything. In fact, the Game Awards are actually voted on majority by journalists, and we all know that games journalists are actually not in line with what most gamers want. Therefore,
yeah, that is true.
Actually have absolutely
he didn't even say fucking Baldur's Gate 3 was going to win specifically. He just didn't want Zelda to win, which is kind of funny, but yeah, it is what it is.
To talk about today. So that is it for the podcast, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
There's a little joke, waddles away. He actually, like, if you see his shadow, it's kind of hard to tell, but if you see his shadow, he kind of like sits there Well, I mean, he's sitting over here,
Well,
but like he's sitting there and he's kind of waving around a bit, and he's waiting for the joke to be kind of out of date, and then he comes back and he does the thing.
except that I say this every year and no one listens to me, and everyone still judges the Game Awards as if it has some true bearing on the goodness of games, and they actually will rank their games based on what the Game Awards said won or lost. So I end up having to talk about it every year regardless. I really wish that people would not give it as much weight or merit, because quite frankly, I feel like a lot of great games get overlooked and a lot of bad games get overhyped because the Game Awards are focused mostly on games journalism, which I completely
I guess he
disagree
wasn't
with.
a
We've all been
onesie,
talking
huh?
about how in the last 5+ years
realize
there's
that.
been a big divide between common opinion of video games and what games journalists
check
are saying
himself
about
out
them.
in the mirror.
And let's be honest, most
He's
average
looking at the
gamers
data,
probably play more
feel
games than
himself
game
up a
journalists
bit.
these days. So how could they have a valid opinion more qualified than ours, right? Anyway,
Snort.
we're not here to discuss that. We're here to discuss the elephant in the room.
Okay, he's right now going to be very, very mad, and he's going to call out everybody, because everybody in his chat was basically calling him out for shitting on Baldur's Gate unnecessarily, until quite literally 48 hours prior, where he was like, yeah, maybe they might win, who knows, the playing field has been leveled and whatnot, it could happen. So after all of this nonsense, and after he's been told, haha, told you so, now DSP has to refuse taking an L and accept his own manufactured W.
Because, ladies and gentlemen,
Hey,
if
his
you
chat's
can
kind of fucked
believe
up
it,
here. It's not posting,
the
right?
biggest surprise shocker ever just happened at the Game Awards 2023. Are you ready for this? This is what everyone wants me to talk about. This is the burning topic that must be addressed right now before we get to anything else.
Hey, that's a
Game
crow.
of the Year was not given to Starfield. And that is an absolute atrocity. We all know that Starfield was definitively,
Now he has to do a little
without
joke.
doubt,
He
without
has to
any
do a joke
kind
because he's
of
the guy who paid like an extra $30 to play this early. And he himself hated the game and had to wait an extra 2 months to finish it, begrudgingly. And now he's like doing a whole joke and pretending he's pretty cool and funny and haha. And it's not that funny. It actually isn't that funny.
Absolutely ridiculous, right?
But what if
we
it
all know
was?
there's an Xbox tax out there. No matter what, if a game's exclusive to Xbox and not on PlayStation, it'll never win at the Game Awards, and that's just a bunch of baloney.
Wow, he made a speech. All right, let's see if he's gonna be feeling
Of
that
course, I'm
same
being
energy.
completely facetious with that. That's complete
And-
bullshit, right?
Yeah, that actually is kind of funny when you think about it. Starfield wasn't even. Wait, yeah, I guess that is true, huh? Starfield really wasn't even nominated. So, completely snubbed in actuality. Yeah, he's funny looking. Yeah, look at him. Look at him. He's looking at chat and he's trying to see how many ha-has and tee-hees did I get out of that joke. Even though they were literally roasting him seconds earlier.
What's funny to me, all right, this year, is that, and I said this earlier this year, and I'll reiterate, and I'm basically going to address what people want me to address, but it's not intelligent people who want me to address this, sadly.
Okay. It's only the dumb people. Only the dumb people in his chat, by the way.
Basically, this year was a year when there were so many games that when they came out, everyone was just so sure that they were going to be Game of the Year this year. Are you ready to go through the
Are
list
you ready?
of games?
Does he even know the
You know,
list?
first we started off with Resident Evil 4 Remake. Oh my god, this game is so good. I can't believe that this game would not be Game of the Year. And then it was Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Wow, it blows away Breath of the Wild. It's so many innovations and so many new things. I
Yeah, I
can't
did
believe
like
this
that
game
edit,
wouldn't be Game of the
Ivica.
Year.
It was pretty
And
good.
then it was Final Fantasy
We had a
16.
laugh in the,
oh my
in the
god, it's
Discord.
the best Final Fantasy ever. Amazing music, great visuals. It's a great story. I can't
Everyone had
believe
a
it's the
giggle at
best
it.
game of the year. And then Baldur's Gate 3 came out. Oh my god, it's the best RPG ever made. Fan service out the wazoo. They really put attention to detail. There's no way it can't be Game of the Year. And it just kept continuing all year, right?
He literally can't even remember the other games that were in contention. He just truly doesn't even know. He's pretending he cares, but the only thing that he has to address is the big elephant in the room. The big L-sized elephant.
And the funny part was, every time that this happened, I called it out. And I was like, You guys realize, because go back, you'll hear me saying, you guys realize not every major RPG and or release this year can be Game of the Year.
I kind of want to bring back fucking AquaTeal's clip. I should have it ready. I should just have it ready where she just points out the whole
PC-centric RPG. So, when you look at Baldur's Gate 3, you have to judge it in the same vein as games like Divinity, right? Or other similar titles. Baldur's Gate 3 is popular right now, but once Starfield hits, you're likely not going to hear anything about Baldur's Gate ever again. Baldur's Gate 3 could literally be the best game of the decade, and it's still not going to get as much attention as a game like Starfield. Okay? You have to understand this, all right? So when I hear things like, oh, it was unfair that Xbox wasn't getting Baldur's Gate 3, but PlayStation is, you have to understand something. In 1 week's time, no one will be talking about Baldur's Gate 3 in the mainstream gaming media. It will as if the game never existed. Because all you're going to hear is Starfield, 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 and then Lies of P, Mortal Kombat, and then when October hits, all those new releases that are consoles. You're not going to hear Baldur's Gate 3 whispered once. You may hear it at the end of the year as a Game of the Year contender, and it will not win Game of the Year. But that's how everyone is acting. There's all these different pocketed fan groups who are all acting like no matter what, their game is going to get Game of the Year. And at that point, when all this was happening, because I specifically remember there was a particular podcast where I addressed it, I said, you have to understand something. There's absolutely no way all these games can win Game of the Year. In fact, I would bet a lot of these wouldn't even get nominated. Now, in that regard, I guess I was wrong, because if you actually look
hey, you took that L.
at the games that got Game of the Year nominations, it's pretty much every game that had a major fan base, except for a couple, which we'll talk about in a second. Okay? So, when we got to that point, I basically made a statement, and I was like, listen, you guys got to understand something. At that point, Baldur's Gate 3 was only on PC. There actually hadn't even been an announcement of when it was coming to console yet. All right? This is what a lot of people still don't understand. Right now, Baldur's Gate 3 is all the rage. And it's all the rage for good reason. Everyone who's playing it on PC is saying it's one of the best RPGs ever made, yada yada. However, it's a PC-centric RPG. So, when you look at Baldur's Gate 3, you have to judge it in the same vein as games like Divinity.
And both of them eventually got ported. And during the 25th, we literally watched the part of this, like the unedited portion of this. He literally knew it was coming out on console. He actually knew it was already coming out on the PlayStation 5 and that it was coming out for the Xbox. So that part is also a lie too. He's trying to pretend like, oh, we didn't even know it was coming out for console. Bullshit, you already did.
And everyone on PC loved it. But I said, you gotta understand something. There's a couple factors here. Number one, if it's only a PC game, that's an isolated audience. If it's not mainstream available, there's gonna be people who are not gonna be able to play the game. That's gonna be a hard sell for Game of the Year. You know, take a look at previous years, a game like Divinity 2, right? Which everyone absolutely praised and loved. But a lot of people never even talked about because it was PC only for the longest time until it finally got console ports, right? I mean, that's a sure case of that from the past. Now, in addition to that, at that time,
he really tries to downplay PC.
There were still big releases on the horizon.
He likes to pretend nobody has a PC.
Starfield and Spider-Man 2 and a few others that people were eyeballing, and particularly, it was actually Starfield that we were eyeballing at that time. And we were like, well, this game absolutely...
French side Phil and the we gang is talking about how we were eyeballing this. I guarantee you, before Starfield even came out, I was saying right from the get-go, I was like, nah, bro, this ain't it. This looks fucking trash. It's like, this does not look like it's going to be that fun. I mean, there are some people that can get some fun out of it, but I said right from the get-go, you got to wait 3 months minimum, got to wait for all the mods to come in. Because until mods come in, bruh, don't even bother getting it. And he knew it. He knew it. He even looked at the trailer for the gameplay and he thought it looked fucking bummy and crummy as hell. Oh yeah, but it meant something back then because we didn't know it was on console yet, and we actually didn't know how the gameplay was going to be.
Lives up to all of the promises that are made about this game. Okay, absolutely, this game could be Game of the Year shoo-in. right? It's a make or break game for Bethesda. They've had a bunch of bad, disappointing outings right before this, correct? I mean, take a look at, they had Redfall, which was absolutely terrible under Arcane Studios. They had Fallout 76, which was an atrocity at launch, and to this day it has an online player base, but nowhere near what they were originally wanting for the game because it flopped at launch. Fallout 4 had a bunch of major criticisms, and the fact they just keep re-releasing Skyrim and not putting out anything new, this was the big one that they were hinging everything on, and everyone was kind of, you know, once we saw that presentation, do you remember? Was it around Summer Games Fest, I want to say? They showed some stuff and people were like, all right, we're starting to feel more positive about this game, right? And basically, again, it was uncertain. But here's the thing. Starfield was going to be PC and Xbox, right? At launch. And with that media hype behind it and everything, you're like, wow. The common feeling was that it was kind of a wait and see. At that point, I told you, I thought for me all year, I was thinking Tears of the Kingdom, Baldur's Gate 3, or Starfield. At that point, that was my thoughts. Those are going to be the big three that'll likely be contention for Game of the Year. But knowing how journalists lean towards Nintendo, because I never thought that Breath of the Wild would have won, and it did, okay? And knowing how journalists go with height, and if Starfield was good, then he probably would have leaned right towards that. You know what I'm saying? I thought for sure those would have gotten favor, okay? But here's what happened. Let's be honest. Starfield's not very good, right? Starfield is...
Let's be honest here for a second, guys. Starfield is not very good. Starfield was actually pretty shit. Really, Phil? Really? What gave that away? When everybody kept crying, no, you should skip it and do Baldur's Gate? Probably. He probably missed that.
Underscore bear cheered 50 big ups.
He totally
Everything
missed
Phil
it.
says that can be used against him as hyperbole. You're mentally ill for even remembering what he said into the yesterday.
I
Adults
agree.
with wives and mature bills don't remember anything.
I agree. I should honestly just lose all memory every single day and just start every day anew. I would be a great kind of fan of Phil's.
a huge disappointment. I mean, I talked
seem to
about
have
it in the
head
credits of
trauma,
the
dude.
playthrough. I gave you my review of it. It's just incredibly underwhelming. Doesn't live up to any of the promises. Actually looks like more like a joke than anything else. Looks like a photocopy of previous games they've made, and how when you make a copy of a copy of a copy, it starts to lose its focus, its sharpness. It looks more
I mean, it's
blurry
fine if
and
you
fuzzy
enjoyed
and shitty.
Starfield.
And that's exactly what Starfield looks like. When you made the same
It just
game 10
wasn't that
times,
appealing
the
for
10th
me.
iteration isn't as good.
And it wasn't
as the
appealing
first
for him.
three. Everyone
Like, he's literally arguing over the fact of what everybody else was saying. It's like, yeah, man, this is literally not shaping up to be a super great game. And in reality, you shouldn't pay a whole lot of money to play it early and just play it as it is. And maybe you won't like it. And if you don't like it, you should just put it away. But Phil was so committed to this weird notion that if he didn't play it like as early as possible, he wouldn't capture all this like big amounts of audience and all of these new eyes and everything, this, that, and the third. Well, he caught it. And what did he do with it? He squandered it away because he didn't know how to make it fun. Everybody got put to sleep for that playthrough. And now, months later, after everybody was begging him, legit begging him to play Baldur's Gate, now we're going to start it up. And he's going to hope to God that everybody wants to tune in, and turn up.
wants to go back and play the 3 classics. I don't want to play the 10th clone.
Fuck it.
And that's
Why not?
exactly what Starfield feels like. It lost its unique identity along the way of being an awesome Bethesda RPG and just feels like, oh, paint by numbers. And that's bad. So, because of that, all right, that completely changed the landscape of what possibly would have been considered Game of the Year. Honestly, I was shocked when Alan Wake 2 got nominated for Game of the Year. Personally, I loved Alan Wake 2, and I was very happy to see it get...
By the way, he loves Alan Wake 2 so much, people asked him whether or not he was going to do the DLC, and I think it's going to be a hard fucking no, even though it gives it a new fucking ending.
All the recognition it did last night at the Game Awards, that was really nice to see that game.
We're done with that game.
A game like
new
that would have
game,
been overlooked,
please.
but it got tons of recognition.
New
I was like,
game.
wow, I'm shocked it got as much as it did. But then when it got nominated, I was like, could it possibly win? I don't think so. I didn't ever really felt like it could. Spider-Man 2, I never thought was going to win, honestly. Like, I would have had my jaw dislocate and jump out of my skin and land on the floor if that won, because journalists just aren't about the superhero games. They're just not.
That's right. DLC doesn't do well in his words.
Essentially, Starfield sucked. and was not
It
even
depends on the
nominated for Game of the
DLC
Year.
for him, really.
Yeah, I think that the top 2 games that it was between was Tears of the Kingdom and Baldur's Gate 3. And I said as much. But the funny part is, people out there who are morons like to take one moment in time and act like that moment in time is eternal, that nothing ever changes. If you take my quote from many months ago that said Baldur's Gate 3 is not going to win Game of the Year because it's PC-centric, and right now with everything else going on, those other games, like I even said, Starfield is a shoo-in for Game of the Year if it's as good as people are saying it's going to be. And
he literally said that Starfield was a shoo-in no matter how shit it was. That was literally his whole thing.
A lot of people still don't understand. Right now, Baldur's Gate 3 is all the rage. And it's all the rage for good reason. Everyone who's playing it on PC is saying it's one of the best RPGs ever made, yada yada. However, it's a PC-centric RPG. So, when you look at Baldur's Gate 3, you have to judge it in the same vein as games like Divinity, right? Or other similar titles. Baldur's Gate 3 is popular right now. But once Starfield hits, you're likely not going to hear anything about Baldur's Gate ever again. Baldur's Gate 3 could literally be the best game of the decade, and it's still not going to get as much attention as a game like Starfield. Okay? You have to understand this, all right? So when I hear things like, oh, it was unfair that Xbox wasn't getting Baldur's Gate 3, but PlayStation is, you have to understand something. In 1 week's time, no one will be talking about Baldur's Gate 3 in the mainstream gaming media. It will as if the game never existed. Because all you're going to hear is Starfield, 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 and then Lies of P, Mortal Kombat, and then when October hits, all those new releases that are consoles, you're not going to hear Baldur's Gate 3 whispered once. You may hear it at the end of the year as a Game of the Year contender, and it will not win Game of the Year. I can say, oh, I've been waiting for Baldur's Gate. If anyone's going to give a crap about, excuse me, not Starfield. I'm happy that Baldur's Gate 3 will be on Xbox. I'm just not convinced that anyone's really going to care about it by the time that it comes out on there. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't think it's going to be a focus of any Xbox gamer. They're going to already be into this 100 other games that are coming out in the fall gaming season. No one's going to go back and say, oh, I've been waiting for Baldur's Gate. No, they've already heard about it and they moved on to play other games. That's why you need to have it come across all platforms, or what's the point? Okay. All right, so let's continue, guys. That's our first percentage of super chats. Of course, the person contributing or DSP Gaming streaming on
I don't
YouTube,
want to go for the rest of it.
It wasn't until the Witcher TV show.
I don't want to go for the rest of it. You know what? If you want the context, quite literally rewind the stream. I went over the fucking clip so many times. I think I've driven it home. The DSP was quite literally, it wasn't going to be nominated. There was no way it was going to be nominated. No way in hell. And that Baldur's Gate, oh God, he looks so stroked out in this image. But Baldur's Gate just, it didn't matter how well it did. It just, everybody was going to talk about Starfield.
What happened? Well, Baldur's Gate 3 released for console. People absolutely loved it on console, and it got more mainstream attention than it had before. Starfield came out and flopped. No one likes it. Only a very hardcore fan base of Bethesda and Xbox players are all over it. Everyone else is like, wow, what a disappointment. Didn't even get nominated for Game of the Year. So basically exactly the qualifying situation that I considered to happen. And now Baldur's Gate 3 is kind of the, like I said, it was either between Baldur's Gate 3 or Zelda. I really was worried. Because you guys know me, I didn't love Zelda that much. I didn't. I thought that Zelda was a good game, but I didn't love it, and I disagreed with Breath of the Wild winning Game of the Year many years ago, and I was like, dude, if Zelda wins, this is going to be bullshit, because there's so many better games this year better than Zelda. Thank God that didn't win, right? But that's absolutely what I said would happen, is now it would be between those two games. But no one will say that. No one will look at my opinions from like the last couple of weeks to months and take that as fact. They just want to go back 5-6 months before any of this information was available when I made a prediction back then, and say that was my prediction, it's wrong. Yes, my outdated prediction before Starfield came out, before Baldur's Gate 3 hit console, was wrong. You're right. Once
you know how he can easily save face from all of this? There's a really easy way to do this. If he, instead of spoken everything in like weird fucking absolutes and shit, and stop going for this like weird thing where if he hits the gas enough times, he's going to make a point and everybody's going to laugh and clap and say, you're right, Phil. Who cares about Baldur's Gate? They should qualify whatever game that you currently want right now. Instead of doing all of that, maybe you should say, You know, in my opinion, I don't think that Baldur's Gate is going to win Game of the Year. I could be wrong, but I don't think. You know what? If he had literally said it like that, he would have saved him all of this fucking heartache. But because he couldn't do that and he had to be a complete dickhead about shit, now he's got to eat crow.
More data was given, I changed my prediction. But why don't you talk about that? Because you're a bunch of fucking morons. And all you want to do is talk about Phil was wrong, Phil was wrong. Nobody cares. You're a bunch of losers. Onward. Okay?
Now, keep this in mind. Nobody cares, by the way, that Phil was wrong. Because I hope to God it doesn't come back to bite him in the ass that he has to do something because Phil was wrong and nobody cares. Because Phil was wrong. He said he was wrong. He admitted he was wrong. He was wrong months ago. Hopefully he doesn't have to do something about him being wrong, right?
So, here's the deal. Today we're going to talk about the Game Awards a lot. All right, what I'm going to do is briefly go through my schedule, but then we're going to talk about the Game Awards, and what we're going to do is we're going to approach this in an open format where you guys are going to be able to ask me questions. I'm just going to say, hey, what do you guys want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about, guys?
Ask me a question live on stream about the Game Awards, and I'll answer it. What, you know, ask me about a certain game or a certain announcement, and I'll talk about it. But you say, well, why aren't you going to do an in-depth recap? Because the Game Awards were 3.5 hours long, and that's too fucking long. That's longer than E3. That's longer than any press conference ever. The Game Awards are way too drawn out.
Couldn't even
and sadly,
have a notepad.
get super boring. The last hour of the Game Awards, it's hard to stay awake.
I
It's
had a
just not
notepad.
entertaining anymore. It gets really too.
Here's my
just
notepad
stupid.
right here.
And quite frankly,
Who won
if you
what?
want my overall opinion on
And
the
the
Game
games that
Awards,
I
I'll just tell
kinda
you right
care
now,
about.
they were incredibly underwhelming. There were far too few
It's
interesting
easy.
announcements.
Notepad.
There were too many indie games no one's gonna fucking care about by seeing a little snippet about it at the Game Awards. It was a complete waste of everyone's time. They should have focused on big blockbuster announcements and games winning awards, and that was it. And then the show would have been 90 minutes. But instead, it was 3.5 hours, 2 hours of which were complete bloat, and it makes the show boring. It's basically done.
This is really funny coming from a guy who has an entire podcast where quite literally 2 hours of this entire podcast is music and bloat until you get to the fucking gameplay. Like, that's kind of something coming from this guy, right? He's talking about bloat.
Now it's the Oscars, and the Oscars suck too.
He's
so
literally
why
the definition of
emulate
bloat.
a show that
Have you seen
everyone
his
collectively
face?
agrees is not good?
Come on, man.
I don't know what Jeff is thinking.
Come on.
Like, the show should be much better than it is.
Fucking Jeffy
and there were a
boy,
few
get
really
your shit
awesome
together.
announcements. Like, probably the thing that resonates in my head was OD. The new game from Hideo Kojima. Looks like it's some kind of a hybrid horror movie game.
Wow, shocker. DSP is actually standing the OD trailer. Holy shit. How many of you fucks have not seen this fucking trailer? I actually want to know. Which one of you fuckers have not seen this fucking pitiful fucking trailer? You haven't? Well, guess what? You're gonna fucking watch it. This is what he saw, and he was like, yeah, man, this is pretty cool. And this is probably going to be a cool-ass game. Just watch this. All the info you have right now out of this.
The hungry purple dinosaur ate the kind zingy fox, the jabbering crab, and the mad whale, and started bending and quacking.
The hungry purple dinosaur ate the kind zingy fox, the jabbering crab, and the mad whale, and started bending and quacking.
The hungry purple dinosaurs ate the kind zingy fox, the jabbering crab, and the mad whale, and started bending and quacking.
right, Fox, tell me, out of that entire fucking trailer, what can you even glean off of that? What can anybody even glean off of that? Unless you're quite literally using a fucking microscope on the fucking 4K version of the video just to look at the reflection off the eyes, to maybe even glance at who the fuck is coming through the door, you literally get nothing. Legit nothing. It's a fucking trailer that always gets done every single time. It's a fucking AR game. It's literally just going to be you looking for some subtle clues to the little webbing in her fucking eyes, to the way the teeth are oriented, the fucking reflections, everything under the sun. You're supposed to glean all of this nonsense. Maybe the way the fucking letters loaded in, maybe the way that everything is shifted around, something. It literally becomes AR nonsense. You're supposed to glean something off of that shit. And his response to that was,
And there were a few really awesome announcements. Like, probably the thing that resonates in my head was OD. The new game from Hideo Kojima looks like it's some kind of a hybrid horror movie game. Interesting, something unique. That stands out to me.
How? How did it stand out? What happened in it? What stands out?
50 big ups. What fucked? Father Kojima wants you to think critically. You're just a mouth drooler.
Yeah,
right group.
This is literally what we gotta glean off of that. I have to be a mouth drooler because I can't understand Hideo Kojima's grand fucking vision for fucking OD, the movie trailer that you literally got the fucking lines being said. Maybe if you scramble around the fucking words, it'll make some kind of weird anagram of like some kind of hidden code, and you go to a website and maybe you type in something else. Who knows? But he doesn't know that. DSP literally doesn't know that. He literally looked at a 1.5-minute trailer, saw the same lines being said multiple times, saw a lady scream, and somebody walking through a door in the reflection of her eyes, and then everybody in the audience clapped, and he probably got the sign, please clap, and he started doing it too. This is the same guy, by the way, who's calling us idiots. And he's not going to go any like deep searching for any of this shit. He doesn't even care. He literally does not even care. He just says, boy howdy, this must be a horror movie, something or another. Great. That's great. I'm so glad. This is what he got out of all of this. This is what he's hyped for.
That's something awesome, right? So if they had like 5 big announcements like that and then all the Game Awards, the show would have been great. But instead they have insane amounts of bloat and nonsense crammed in that makes it boring. I didn't like it overall. You know, here we are 3.5 hours at night and we're fast forwarding through shit. Like, I don't fucking care about the next bullshit generic.
So he wasn't even watching it live. He didn't even sit there for 3.5 hours. He quite literally was just skipping around after it was done.
Shooter that looks exactly the same as 17 other shooters. Oh look, another fantasy RTS. Fast forward. It's like, fuck this. They're all the same shit. I don't need to even see half these announcements. They're non-announcements. Yet they probably all paid to be there, which is sad because no one's gonna fucking end up getting any kind of notoriety because they were on those Game Awards like that.
You know what I'm saying? He takes a deep sip. He cherishes the sizzliness, the sparkliness of the water that he's currently consuming. And he thinks to himself, what the fuck did I even just admit to? Well, he basically admitted to saying, I only just watched who won Game of the Year. That was it. And who won other fucking random ass awards. He couldn't even tell you what awards were won by who. He literally couldn't. He just had to see whenever Alan Wake won. He probably clapped about it.
Anyway. So here's what we're gonna do. Let me briefly.
Oh, wait a minute. So this guy basically admits he skipped around and he didn't watch any of it. He barely watched any of the fucking show. And he wants to spend the next 2 hours ask me questions on what you think I'm excited for or what you thought about it. What are you going to ask this dude? Literally, think about it for a second. What the fuck are you going to ask this dude? He literally admitted to your faces, yeah, I didn't even watch it. I didn't even care. I skipped around. The fuck do we even care about then? Literally, it's worthless. All of this is fucking worthless. And he fucking figures it out really quick, too.
Go through my schedule. Then I'm going to field questions about the Game Awards, and you guys will be able to ask me directly questions about it. Okay? And we'll see what you guys want to talk about today. Fair enough. About the Game Awards. I know that's just the hot topic for today. It's what everyone wants to talk about. Okay, so first stream today, Robocop.
Okay. We can skip most of this.
Sunday is my React day.
Oh yeah, this is
DSP
important.
versus the internet. I'm finally trying that. And then there's no night stream on Sunday. I know. People are going to be like, what? 2 weeks in a row? Yeah, last week's didn't go so well. Because last week when I went to film the private React videos for patrons, one of them completely corrupted. It was an hour of content that I lost. So this week, I'm going to film it again. And in addition to that, I actually have another one to do now. So I have 2 private React videos to do. So I have to take the night off from streaming. But the good news is...
You remember when he was like, I only need to take these nights off when I have a whole bunch of videos to do? And now he's only doing it when he has only 1 or 2 videos that he actually needs to do? It's kind of cool, isn't it? It's kind of cool how that slipped away and now it's become a thing that he can just do once a month. Where he can kind of just take a night off. The thing that people just tell him to do anyway. But he just does it now. He just casually takes the night off. Fuck it. Fuck it, why not? This is literally his job. I said this way, way back in the past. I actually thought, and I still think of it today. What Slayer does when he gives him fucking $50 to do these videos, I actually don't care.
50 big ups. How much do you think Slayer pays to get all of the videos done?
$100.
Just be $50.
$100. He has 2 videos that are done every month. It's $100. Because if you look at the charts and how much is given to DSP, he literally at bare minimum could only fit into $50 tips or 2 $50 donations for it to work. It's $100. So there you go. He's the only one who's ordering videos anymore. And DSP's already admitted to everybody that the videos that he does, he's already admitted like he's not even going to be truthful and honest because people can potentially post that video online. So if you ever submit to him something that he may have to give an opinion about, but it may be an opinion that's contrary to popular belief, like does he believe in, I don't know, ghosts, or does he believe in religion or anything? He will give you a half-assed answer. He will not actually truly answer you, and you're actually wasting your money. Anything you tell him to please give an answer about or review, he will just bullshit his way through it. And he just actively said, yeah, man, because you might be able to post this video publicly, I don't want to make an opinion that'll get somebody upset. So that's kind of cool, right? What a deal. Yeah, exactly. What a fucking deal. Yeah, he has become super paranoid because Slayer's made him this way. I said initially years ago when this all started, I think it's now been what, 2 years, right? I feel it's been 2 years. Maybe it's just been a year and a half. But I said initially, Slayer should just give him the $50. Fuck it. If he's not going to give him the $50 normally through a day stream, just give him $50 at the end of the month. Because what's going to end up happening is you have to make this dude work. And he does. He makes DSP fucking work for this money. He has to sit there and he has to record for like a fucking hour to 2 hours sometimes, once a month. He has to take the night off and he sits there and he bitches and he moans. Oh man, I got to do work. I got to fucking do all of this shit. Well, yeah, you kind of do because all of your other goals are actually non-existent. Spoiler alert. If you've ever looked at DSP's Patreon, none of the goals actually make sense anymore. They're all scams. Every single one of them. Check this out. If you look at this, $5 to a fucking forum that nobody goes on, $10 for a verbal thank you for a series that doesn't exist, and $20 for a Q&A show that doesn't exist. Because he's canceled fucking Ask the King. It doesn't exist anymore. So what do we do with the $20 and the $10 support now? What does this give you? Literal scams. These are scams. You get nothing. If you give them $5, you get the same as the 10 and the 20. And nobody even uses the fucking forum. So why even give them the 5? Even if you gave them the forum access, right? What are they going to access? They don't have special like forum areas where they can vote on a game. DSP doesn't even do a viewer's choice anymore. So nobody gets anything anymore. Literally nobody gets shit anymore. Oh my God. And he had to deal away with the $1 tier as well because that was being scammed initially.
I'm going to take a little bit of that extra time to possibly film 1 to 2 holiday reviews for DSP React. I'm going to try to queue them up So I actually have a couple Christmas special reviews lined up so that
I haven't even watched these DSP reacts.
I can release them over the course of the month.
Stupid
so
movies.
We'll see if I'll at least get one done, maybe two. We'll see.
Yeah,
but
Divinity 2
did
kill the viewer's choice.
Done, okay?
Never coming back.
Then when we come back on Monday, and here's the big announcement, ladies and gentlemen.
Here it is, guys.
As a direct result of your request, as a direct result of the Game Awards, and as the direct result of the generosity of viewers, because I received a donation on Monday on the daytime stream, starting right then at 12:45 p.m. Pacific time.
He's yelling.
For the first time ever,
He's
here,
yelling.
live on DSP Gaming.
He's literally yelling at you right now. He said, because of everybody else other than me, I'm now going to yell.
Because you want it for all the months that you've asked for it and told me that I was wrong for skipping it, on Monday we're starting Baldur's Gate 3.
It's cool, too, because he doesn't have a
And
funny
let me tell you
noise maker.
something. If this isn't the best RPG...
And let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something as I have this nasty fucking face. Look at this face he makes. Let me tell you something. Let me give you an ultimatum. So now DSP hits you with a fucking ultimatum. You're about to get from clown side to angry side. Because you're about to get hit. So brace.
8-3. And let me tell you something. If this isn't the best RPG I've ever fucking played in my life, if it's overhyped, if it feels underwhelming, if it's a slow-paced piece of crap, I'm gonna be pretty pissed off because you guys keep telling me it's the best RPG ever, and I'm so wrong for skipping it. If this game isn't great, I'm going to call you out.
There you go. You're now put on blast. Chatters, casual acquaintances, viewers, and fans of Philip P.P. Brunel over here. You are now on notice. Let it be known. I'm coming. That's it. He's just coming. He's coming.
So you better be ready. But don't worry, I'm going to be fair. I'm not going to unfairly judge this game. I'm not. I'm going to be fair, and I'm going to be calm, and I'm going to judge it for itself fairly as we play it. But my God, you guys have ridiculously overhyped this game. And every time that I've asked the question, how is this game the best RPG, no one can answer. Well, it's got a great story. So do other RPGs. Oh, well, it's good combat. Other RPGs have great combat. Oh, the atmosphere, yeah. Oh, well, the devs listen to the fans. Other devs have listened to fans. Can you definitively explain to me what exactly it is in this game that makes it stands out? The bear sex scene.
He literally asked for you to give him an explanation in 200 characters or less, because that's what you would have to do in your YouTube chat. You would have to do it in 200 characters or less, or in a tip, which you could probably fit like 500 characters. And you need to describe to Phil in a thesis the thing that he likes to skip. Whenever anybody gives him paragraphs of information, he will sit there and he'll speed read, and he will be angry at you, and he will summarize it, and he will just misconstrue everything that you have said in that paragraph. He wants you to describe to him why it's a good game. Well, I don't know, Phil. Maybe everybody kind of wanted to see you play it, and it was a cool game, and people said it was a cool game. Why do they have to justify it at that point? Literally, you have to justify it on why you shouldn't play it, right? Yeah, you know how just listen to this. As he progresses further and further, he is quite literally screwing it on you. This is your fault. You made me do this. The fucking Game Awards made me do this. I didn't want to play this. I'm forced to play this.
The fact that he's... Would we like...
Okay, yeah, I was muted. Shut up. I didn't realize I was muted. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I know. Okay, you know what? You keep spamming I'm muted because I'm not muted anymore. I can see the bar now. Look, okay, you can't even see it, but I have like 3 ways I can mute myself, and I probably muted myself twice without realizing it, so shut up. I'm here, damn it. You're making me think I'm not here. All right, we're gonna resume from here.
So you better be ready.
All right, we're gonna go to the angry segment. I gotta go back and I gotta prep my anus again.
Daytime stream starting right then at 12:45 p.m. Pacific time for the first time ever right here live on DSP Gaming because you want it for all the months that you've asked for and told me that I was wrong for skipping it. On Monday, we're starting Baldur's Gate 3. And let me tell you something. If this isn't the best RPG I've ever fucking played in my life, if it's overhyped, if it feels underwhelming, if it's a slow-paced piece of crap, I'm gonna be pretty pissed off because you guys keep telling me it's the best RPG ever, and I'm so wrong for skipping it. If this game isn't great, I'm going to call you out. So you better be ready. But don't worry, I'm gonna be fair. I'm not going to unfairly judge this game. I'm not. I'm going to be fair, and I'm going to be calm, and I'm going to judge it for itself fairly as we play it. But my God, you guys have ridiculously overhyped this game. And every time that I've asked the question, how is this game the best RPG, no one can answer. Well, it's got a great story. So do other RPGs. Oh, well, it's good combat. Other RPGs have great combat. Oh, the atmosphere, yeah. Oh, well, the devs listen to the fans. Other devs have listened to fans. Can you definitively explain to me what exactly it is in this game that makes it stands out? The bear sex scene. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
I don't think a whole lot of people were actually saying the bear sex scene. I think that he likes to say that because that was a meme thing in the news, which was kind of dumb. I kind of wish they didn't do that, but it did get everybody tuned in and looking at the game. So there was that.
You're telling me the game is good because it has a bear sex scene. What are you, 5 years old? So that's what I mean. Like, when everyone says it's the best, but no one can actually explain why. That makes me wonder about it. Okay? So we're going to find out. Now, by the way, I want to remind you all of the reasons why I didn't play Baldur's Gate 3 this year. You ready? First of all, it was PC only. So I couldn't play it at launch because it was PC only. By the time it came out on PlayStation, I was already in the midst of other fall playthroughs that were popular, and I didn't really have time to play a lengthy RPG at that time. Also, because of the way this game has been described, and because of the way that people are telling me that it is, all right,
Old's chest.
Basically, here's the deal.
Himself.
All right, I feel like it's not a game that fits the format of my streams. If people are saying that a minimum playthrough of this game is 60 to 80 hours long, if not longer, how on the fuck do you think that fits into my streams? I'm a variety streamer.
This is the same dude who would go on to spend like upwards of 80 hours playing Oblivion that nobody even really asked for. And he forced that on people for like 6 months. It almost survived an entire year of being played. He also did that with Skyrim. And didn't he attempt to do that with New Vegas? I can't remember how long New Vegas was. I felt like New Vegas was only about 40 hours. But he's put his chat at gunpoint and played the longest, most ridiculous fucking games as like slow and arduous as possible. And he's wondering, as he sits there and he looks at chat, wondering what other games he could play, as he's forced to play Robocop, a game that was gifted to him not once, not twice, but 3 times it was gifted to him. He sits there and he licks his lips. He's like, well, I didn't have anything else to play other than Smelling Warzone, which I don't like, Street Fighter, which I abandoned, and I came back and I was playing casuals for 2 weeks, and Call of Duty, a game that I swore up and down I wasn't even going to purchase. Okay, but we're complaining about a game now that he has free time. He literally said he was going to have free time during this time. He's sitting there, he's worried. He's worried about what? He's worried that it's too late? Or it's too late for a lot of games he thought he was going to play. But here we are. So what does it fucking matter? Yeah, he did it with Dark Souls 3 at 1.2. Dude, he brought back Elden Ring. We had a fucking playthrough that's on hiatus, by the way. For the last 6 months, it's been on hiatus for Elden Rings, the second playthrough, the magic build that nobody gave a shit about. And the only reason why he did it was in preparation for the DLC that he doesn't even know when it's going to come out. That's why it hasn't even came back. But he's going to sit there, he's going to lick his lips, he's going to tell you how you're wrong because this game doesn't fit his format. Well, if it doesn't fit, then don't play it. Who fucking cares? Take the L. He wants so bad to be right. He wants so bad to be not in the wrong. He's sitting there and he's just like, yeah, man, this is going to work, dude. Fuck it. Fuck it, man.
I don't just play one game endlessly, nor do I think that if I played Baldur that it would work. I think people would get bored. I would get bored. The whole point is to play a variety, and
he still plans to play Street Fighter 6 World Tour literally for Jade. Something he put tens of hours into, and says he knows will get zero support.
At some point he has to finish that too. I completely forgot about that. He resumed World Tour for literally one person. A game that nobody even gives a shit about. Well past its sell-by date. It's rotten. It's literally rotten. And he's going to fucking open it up. He's going to be like, well, here we go. We're serving this. You guys got to eat it and you got to support it now. Bro, this guy's insane, man.
That way, everything always feels fresh.
He's legit insane.
But I also got to play games that keep moving. That way, you don't feel like when you play a game three times
a week, you
like
barely a conveyor belt.
Made a snail's pace of progress. You want to feel like you had something significant happen,
like a
right?
conveyor
if I
belt.
play Robocop for 3 hours today, hopefully we get some story developments, we get some side missions, some fun stuff happens. Now, oh, I moved one bookcase, right? In 3 hours.
What happens when you play Warzone, Phil? Do you make any kind of progress? Do you get like a new unlock that tells you the lore of Warzone? No, you don't. You actually don't. You just play Warzone and you kill some people and then you die to like somebody with a fucking sniper rifle or something. And then you do it again. So you can't make the argument, well, I need to have everything has progress, because not everything has progress. He likes to tell you he does. Like he does things that are meaningful and flavorful, but in reality, that's not the case. He likes to restart whatever he likes. Dude, this guy literally went about playing Street Fighter 6 on a brand new console. Just to prestige it. He already made Masters before. Fuck it, I'm going to do Masters again and again and again and again. I'm never going to play in Masters and get progress. No. I need to have progress by taking another character in a Master, never going back into Master again because I made it. That's it. I hit the finish line. I got the end credits and everything. You get Master rank, you get like little end credits and everything beamed in your eyeballs. Bro, this guy he loves to waste everybody's time and tell you how much he hates wasting people's time.
Hours. Well, that could be Baldur's Gate 3 because from what I'm being explained about the game, it is a slow-paced game with tons of narrative, which is great.
That's the illusion of progress.
They don't want to sit here for hours on end and nothing happens, right?
Yeah, like right now. Like right now, actually. Sitting here for hours.
I'm not trying to set the game up for failure. I'm a realist, all right? I'm telling you, I already figured from everything you guys have told me about this game, I don't think it would work for my streams, but I'm listening to your feedback. You want it, it won Game of the Year, all right? And basically it's been donated now. So every factor has lined up. I have no excuse to not play it. I'm going to play it, all right? In fact, I actually think at this point, there's been so much demand.
Didn't they do this for the fucking Final Fantasy game that he also whipped out like the other day out of his closet? The one that was donated by a generous fan that he doesn't even know the name of? The same generous fan that gave him the capture card that buzzes all the time? And people ask for that, and he has the game, and he can play it at any time, and it's also a slow time too. What happened to that game? That fucking Final Fantasy game? Oh, okay, that's different, because DSP doesn't want to play that game. But now he's kind of being forced to because like social media is telling him to, right? Right? That's basically what it is now. Basically social media, Jeff Keighley, probably Hideo Kojima. Hideo Kojima is probably saying, no, he's probably like, oh yes, sir. DSP needs to play Baldur's Gate. He's probably like that right now. Who fucking knows? But DSP is like pressured by everybody, probably even his like dead bunny, and like maybe Cat and his parents play Baldur's Gate. They're all fucking whispering in his ear, play Baldur's Gate. And because of all of these outside influences, now he's finally playing a game that he should have done like 4 months ago. Kind of cool. Kind of fucking cool, I guess. But it's kind of stupid that he's saying, well, it doesn't fit my format, or it's, you know, all this shit. He's just worried that it's not going to get support, which is fucking funny because he compares Baldur's Gate to Divinity Original Sin 2, a game that factually hit every single fucking tips goal it was ever on for every single stream, except the one stream he said, we're going to quit the game after this game, or after this stream, because I have other games I want to play. I'm not liking this game, blah, 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 blah. And then he retconned it and said, well, the audience didn't like it. Well, the audience didn't not like it. They gave you money and they loved showing up for it. In fact, that was like one of the few restreams that I actively loved restreaming. This dude was a wild animal, showing me how incompetent he was playing fucking Divinity Original Sin 2. He ran through everything, didn't understand the dialogue he was picking, didn't understand what the fuck he was looking for. He was killing whoever the fuck he felt like. He was missing treasure chests all over the place. He was doing unoptimal shit all the time, not understanding any of the mechanics. And then all of a sudden the game got a little too hard. He died a couple too many times, and the skeleton dude was like, yeah, man, I'm out of raid scrolls. I'm going to have to go back into town. And then all of a sudden the game just had to go away. Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's why the game had to go away, right? It got a little too fucking hard and a little too fucking real. That's what ended up happening. That's the real reality. The moment the game started really pushing him and he had no way of having a chat member actually handhold him through all of this, yeah, then all of a sudden we hated that game. He was taking too many L's, but he definitely wasn't taking too many L's on the money. That's how we got the fucking denim vest. That's literally where we started getting fucking vest rotations. We had double vests. We had a period of time where we had not only the platinum, but the red vest on at the same time. And I made the joke about heat metal because he looked like Kamen Rider W. This guy was nuts. He literally was paid $300 to lay out a pair of jeans on his fucking love seat. And he's pretending like nobody gave a shit about this fucking game. He had people asking if they would please, can we just multiplayer with you and we can help you out? And he didn't want to do it. And here we are. We're now going to play a game that's similar enough to Divinity Original Sin 2, where he's going to have to make a whole bunch of moral choices. He's going to have to be cognizant of what the fuck is happening. And the combat's going to be a little too complex instead of just point, aim, and shoot. Fucking A. I know some of you have asked, do I want to restream Baldur's Gate 3? I don't even know. I actually don't, because I don't know if I want to get committed to Phil playing a game that I might actually like, only for him to drop it 40 hours in because he doesn't feel like it anymore. Because there are new games that are shinier than this game, and this game isn't giving him the positivity. He had his chance. And guess what? That was a paid for game. It was one of the last paid for games. The whole, you can, if we hit this arbitrary goal, this monthly goal, I am guaranteeing to have a full playthrough of whatever game you pick. Because of Divinity Original Sin 2, you literally had an abolishment of viewer's choice. It is never coming back because of that fucking game. It took him too much time. He realized it, and he knew that he could never have a fucking goal where the caveat is full gameplay. Because the moment he promises that and the gameplay goes a little too long, oh, all of a sudden it's negative now. Well, maybe you shouldn't have promised it. People wanted it back then. They gave you a whole lot of subs for it. God damn. I hate the way he thinks about all of this shit. I really do. I really fucking do. Because even in the face of everybody telling him this is a good game and you should like this and give it a shot, he's being negative. Because fuck it, why not?
This month he's gotten 3 different games donated to him to play, and 3 of Robocop alone. It makes him not care about playing any one of them. When you buy something with your own money, you want to get the most out of that thing.
Even then, it's not necessarily that if you get a gifted game, you're not going to be willing to play it. Phil has no desire to play half the games he's been doing. And if he pays for it, he uses it as a black mark, like a bargaining chip. I paid all of this money to play this game. Where's my support? I expected more people to be coming out. Remember what he did with Mortal Kombat when Mortal Kombat wasn't doing so good? But it was he himself who played the fucking demo, the stupid beta for it, right? He played the beta, got a refund, paid more money to get the game early, didn't even play it on the first day one, played it on day fucking 2, and then complained about how bad the fucking online was. Bro, you already knew it was bad. So why did we even buy it a second time? It was so that way you could use it as like a little bargaining chip, say, well, you know, I spent all of this money to do all of this, and where's the support? That's the only difference what happens whenever he buys a game versus it gets donated, is whether or not he can just use it as a, I dropped $70 for this game, and nobody gives a shit about it. God, he's such a piece of crap when it comes to this, man. I swear. What a fucking, what an asshole.
There's been so much stuff that people have asked for. I'll give it a shot. All right? I'm a fair guy. When so many people yell at me about it, right? I'll do it. So we're starting
Monday.
So
many people yell at me,
and I'm gonna approach it
snake laugh
with an open mind like any other game. Literally, I will not be a dick about it. I'm not gonna be, you know, negative.
I like how we almost said cry.
Any other game. Literally, I will not.
He almost said cry. I will not cry.
Not be a dick about it. I'm not going to be, you know, negative asshole to the game.
Cool.
I'm going to approach it like an open RPG. I think people say character creation is pretty cool. We'll jump in. We'll see how the plots are. By the way, here's the really cool part about
creation.
it.
Let's
I know nothing about
go.
this game. I've never played a Baldur's Gate game before, so I don't know the plot, okay, at all. I've gotten 0 spoilers about it because I don't understand. I never played one. I don't know. How could you spoil me? You know what I'm saying? So this is 100% cold turkey for me to jump into this game.
I hate when he uses the word fucking cold turkey. Cold turkey is like dropping it out of the blue. But if you're picking it up for the first time, it's like, you don't call it cold turkey. You're calling it like, I don't know, literally a blind playthrough? Cold turkey.
All right.
What
so
about
let's
warm
find out
turkey?
how it's going to go.
What about hot
now,
turkey?
Yes, I will be very honest with you up front. If I play this game within 2 to 3 streams, everything is falling off. People aren't showing up. People are disengaging, not even talking about the game. They're just talking about other shit. They're saying it's boring in the chat. Engagement's dead. Support is dead. No one cares about the game. No, I'm not going to fucking play this game for 100 hours.
There you go. Ultimatum is set. You literally must be in his chat. You must be present. You must be talking to him. You must be talking about the game. You must be engaging him. You must be giving him money, give him likes, give him everything. Because if you don't, I'm killing the game. I'm going to murder this game. I'm going to take it out back. I'm going to hold that gun behind its head and I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm getting rid of this game. Screw this game. This game sucks. This right here, this is going out old Yeller style.
No, absolutely not. The thing is, if it's good, if I'm hooked on it and I really like it and you guys are liking it and we're all engaged, we're having a good time and it ends up being a great stream, I am happy to play this. But I want that atmosphere. I don't want, oh, everyone wanted it, but it was a trick because it's a fucking game that everyone knows won't work for streams. Then I'm not playing it. Fuck off.
You like that? You like how he's being honest right now? If I come in and you guys aren't really, you know what, chat? If I come in here and I don't see every single one of you in chat telling me how great I am, how awesome I am, telling me how I'm the best fucking person on the goddamn planet, if you don't feel, right the fuck up right now. There's 670 you fuckers in here. If you don't start talking right now, I don't know if I want to continue this, man. I don't fucking know. This is kind of stupid, you know? What am I even here for? I need validation from everybody to tell me I'm a great person. And you guys, you're not even stepping up. You're making me think that you don't even want me to do this right now. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's kind of stupid. Like, that's what he's doing. That's what he's literally doing. He wants you to show up and he wants you to fucking act the fool in chat. What if everybody starts spamming like fucking memes about like Skibbity Toilet or something like that? Would he care then? Or would he say that you're all fucking assholes? I don't fucking know. It could be anything. This dude, he literally has no metrics for anything. You can't tell when it's a good day. It's just whenever he feels good about it. God, I hate this fucking moron.
You know, it's that simple because I already feel like it won't work for my format. I've told you that already. I've predicted that. But maybe, you know what? I would like to be proven wrong. I would love to be proven wrong. Here's the thing, I love RPGs. Did you notice? I grew up playing RPGs.
I love
it's one of my
RPGs.
favorite genres of game. The problem is, RPGs are very hard to retain attention. They just are. They're hard to retain an audience. Okay? And by the way, I already saw.
This is another way of him saying that I only play games that I don't like. I love RPGs. I hate these other games. And these games are the only ones I play because it brings in attention. I don't like to do anything else. That's kind of lame, don't you think? Don't you actually think? If you like fucking RPGs so much, just fucking play them, you dumbass.
Are you ready for this? I already saw people in chat already setting the stage for failure. You ready? Oh, well, if he plays the game now and it doesn't do well, you can't blame the game because it's 4 months later. Bullshit. It's an RPG.
Listen to that.
Stage for failure. You ready? Oh, well, if he plays the game now and it doesn't do well, you can't blame the game because it's 4 months later. Bullshit.
He didn't even believe that bullshit. He didn't even believe that. Because he knows that's a valid excuse. If it's an RPG, it's a new fucking story, and you're playing it late, there's going to be less propensity for somebody to come out and see it. You're too late. If it's a shooter, if it's an action game, maybe they just want to see your skills with it. But if it's an RPG, something that is like heavily story-based, and you already know the fucking story, why the fuck would you be coming back here to see it again? What is the purpose? It's the same way with Robocop right the fuck now. Who the fuck is coming in to see Robocop after the fucking fact? Nobody. Literally nobody. That's why you had like, what, 200 people watching you at the end of the stream? You had a lot of support, probably from 3 fucking people, but nobody's talking in your chat. That's why you have Nightbot, and Little Shake and Bake, who's literally a new troll sock account. You know it. Everybody else knows it. But he has to pretend that there are people who care about this game. No, nobody cares anymore. It's a month after the fact. You could go on Twitch right now. Nobody's fucking playing this game. I hate when he makes this fucking nonsense up, and it's like, bro, you don't have a single fucking finger on the pulse.
You're so bow bow.
Don't. I hate that.
I just want to be your Shiori.
There's literally 60 people currently watching Robocop on Twitch. Nobody is watching this game anymore. You can't say, well, you know, in reality, people should. No, dude, they're going to either watch you as if it's a new game, if it's a story that's just brand new, or if they like the personality. And DSP, I'm sorry, but people don't show up for the personality of Phil. Not unless you're being an asshole. When you're being an asshole, everybody turns up for that. Or if you're doing an emergency where you're crying. Those are the only 2 times that Phil ever has a fucking audience. If he had a fucking brain in his head, the thing he should have been fucking playing for the last 2 weeks should have been Lethal Company. This has literally been making the rounds. It has right now 30,000 fucking people watching it. Everybody's been fucking playing this game. If he had any sense, he would just give it a shot. But why would he? Why would he fucking do that? Because he's too fucking dumb. He doesn't have his pulse on gaming or anything. He doesn't understand anything about trends. This dude will come in here when it's fucking late. The iron is ice fucking cold and it's brittle. And he's gonna hit it with a fucking sledgehammer and wonder why the fuck it shattered into pieces. Fuck me. This guy sucks.
It's an RPG. I can play whenever the fuck I want. I didn't play every Elder Scrolls game the day it came out. Oblivion, how many years late did I play that? What the fuck are you talking about? No, if it's such a good RPG, it should be good whenever I play it. No excuses that because it's 4 months later, oh, now people won't watch it. Fuck you.
Literally, you have no excuses to not turn up, not show up, not talk about it, not talk in my chat, not like my stream, and give me positivity. You have no excuses. I don't care if it's an old RPG. Show up. This is your job. You need to clock in. If I don't see you for the next fucking first 3 streams of this shit, it's going to go on your permanent record. I'm going to bring this over to HR and you might get fired. You might get sent into the chaos realm if you're not careful. So you better show up, Mr. Employee.
Stop trying to already make excuses for why the game will not work on my streams because you're afraid it's not going to and then you're going to look like an asshole. So no, I'm not taking those excuses. Those excuses are invalid.
Yeah, no excuses. You need to show up and give me money. You need to show up. No excuses. They're all invalid.
If the game is good, it's good forever. Let's see if it's good starting on Monday. It's that simple.
Yeah, pretty simple, huh?
No more bullshit.
You like how he does that and he gives this little smile? Oh, this is a really good smile. This is actually a really classy smile right here because he just realized what he fucking said just now. He just realized what he fucking said. And now he needs to navigate through all of this nonsense. He has basically given his chat an ultimatum, his fans. You need to show up. You need to give me money. This better work out or else I'm killing this game off. He sits there and he smiles like, oh shit, what the fuck did I just say? This isn't the normal, no. This isn't the smug smile. This isn't the tough guy smile. No, this is a different kind of smile. This is a very specific kind of smile. You don't see these kind of smiles often. Usually you see the little crooked half mouth smile. You don't see the full row of teeth biting onto the bottom lip smile. This is a smile where he just kind of like, wait a second. I just said something. I need to shut the fuck up for a second. And I need to like, wait, hold up. That's the smile he's giving right now. Because I know you guys have paid attention to his smiles. This is not a normal smile. You normally don't get this kind of smile. This is a very special smile. A very special smile. Yeah, this is an oopsie smile. This is an oopsie smile right here. Yeah, we're going to save that. That'll be a good thumbnail one day.
I've had enough of the bullshit. I really have. All right. So I am excited. I really am excited to start this on Monday.
Now he changed his tune. He has now changed his tune. He held back, realized what the fuck he's saying, and now the tune has changed.
I'm always someone who is willing to admit when I'm actually wrong. If yesterday I had said there's no chance in hell Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win Game of the Year and then it won, I would say I was completely wrong. No, I said that ages ago before all the qualifying things happened to make it look like it was going to win. And I was asked recently, would it win? And I said, yeah, it's either Baldur's Gate or Zelda. Those are the two games that are going to win Game of the Year, one or the other, right? So, no, you don't get to say it. No gotcha moments on me. I see you said it wasn't going to win. Yeah, that was like 6-7 months ago. Shut up. You're an idiot. Okay.
It was literally, well, it was about more like 4 months ago. Let's be fair for a second. It was about 4 months ago, maybe 3.5. But time is irrelevant to Phil.
Okay. In this case, I would be willing to say, hey, if it works for my streams, if it's a great game, I will be happy. Do you understand? I will actually be happy to be proven wrong. I would be. I would love to have a great game in my streams. Now, I want you to understand something.
All right, time to understand.
We are opening a big can of worms with this, and here's why we're opening a big can of worms.
How is this a can of worms? How is this a can of worms?
In January, there's 2 big RPGs.
Uh-oh. Yeah, here it is. This is the, you gotta prove to me this is worthwhile, because I'll have 2 reasons to get rid of this.
Persona 3 Remake.
A thing that he doesn't want to even play because it's Atlas, and he's adamant about Atlas, so you shouldn't even be tricked into thinking he cares about this.
And Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth.
A game that he's going to play regardless, so it doesn't even matter. So there's only 1 game on his radar, not even 2. 1 game.
Both of which are ginormous, both of which are highly anticipated, both of which everyone wants to see. How the fuck do I keep playing Baldur's Gate 3 with those games? I can't.
You're only going to play one of them, Like a Dragon. That's it. And you're going to balance the 2, which you will do. Because that's what you're going to do. As he sits there and he smiles, he's like, yeah, man, you got to understand from my point of view, I'm right and you're wrong. And you need to give me the money. You need to make it worthwhile. And if you don't, I'm going to kill it off.
That's the answer. I can't. There's no way that I can juggle 17 RPGs at once.
Yeah, it was the one he rage quit.
You understand that, right?
He eventually came back to it and beat it.
I don't know what to say about that.
But he doesn't need to play it.
Again, this game is so lengthy.
He literally has no reason to go back and play Persona 3 again. He doesn't care about it. He actively hates that fucking game. He hated that fucking game. He made fun of it the entire playthrough. And if he played it today, everybody would be bored to tears. Because he's not going to do anything new. They're just going to hope for another Salt moment. But that'll never happen because there's always going to be somebody in chat to handhold him. But he himself said he doesn't want to do that anyway because he doesn't want to provoke Atlas. So no, he's not going to do fucking Persona. It's just not happening. And if it does, it's going to be by actual stroke. Not even a miracle, but just a stroke.
With my variety schedule, this is also kind of setting myself up for disaster. I don't see how I could be playing that many games at once, right?
You know what I'm saying? He was banning a lot of people, by the way.
I don't know what's going to happen.
People were dropping left and right.
We play it and it's great, right? And now all of a sudden, it's like now we have to make a decision. Well, crap, what games am I skipping? What games am I playing? And I think this is going to come more into play because on the Christmas Marathon, December 23rd, which is coming up, by the way, it's about 2 weeks from tomorrow, right? That's when we're going to go through the game schedule for 2024. We're going to look week by week what games are coming out, and we're going to determine which ones are interesting that you want to see me play. And once we figure this out, you know, we're going to have to make tough decisions. This is going to be a tough one. I'm going to have to drink. I'm going to have to start drinking eggnog and whiskey to make these tough decisions about the schedule because...
This is the hint, you need to give me money so that way you can get me wasted. That'll never happen, by the way. He likes to pretend it'll happen one day, but ever since he kind of got drunk that one day and he kind of made fun of the rainbows and the cigarettes going at each other on YouTube, he kind of did away with this.
I love these games. That's going to be sad to say I just can't play them all because, you know, I'm one man. You know, what are we going to do? So it's going to be a rough one, you know? We'll have to talk about this and figure this out together, all right?
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out. You remember last time he figured out a game schedule? He did a whole fucking thing for like a whole day, which he labeled out every single game that was coming out for the hardcore gaming season. And then he barely played a quarter of it. And he did away with most of it and pretend that they didn't exist. And when they did exist and people told him, are you going to play it? He was like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. What do you mean, Robocop? I never said anything about Robocop, dude.
No, I actually loved Persona 3 until the final dungeon. The final dungeon's the only part of Persona 3 that's complete bullshit. The game is incredibly good up to that point, and then the ending is terrible. It's like, why the fuck did they make it like that? It's just annoying as shit. Okay.
All right, Grandpa. What up? What's next?
All right, so that's what we're doing. Starting Monday, it's Baldur's Gate 3 premiering. Monday night will be more Street Fighter. Tuesday will be more Robocop. Tuesday night will be Like a Dragon Gaiden, and then Wednesday's open. Wednesday we could do more Baldur's Gate. We could do Battle Royale in Modern Warfare. You know, we could do Street Fighter, whatever you guys want.
Yeah, that's actually kind of funny. You know what? Big ups Oaktails because I think he forgot about that. What happened to the Grinch game? Remember how he said he was going to play the Grinch game during the winter? We're already into like the second week of December, and he has completely forgotten to play that Grinch game, even though he kept talking about it over and over and over again. R.I.P. Grinch game, dude.
The Monday stream goes well with Baldur's Gate. You're going to want to see more, so we'll probably do it again on Wednesday.
Oh, well.
And so that's that. Just to make this very clear, that's the schedule. Robocop, Baldur's Gate, some Battle Royale and or multiplayer Modern Warfare 3 mixed in, Street Fighter 6, and Like a Dragon Gaiden. That's it. That's the year. Like, there's no time for other games now. You get that? That will be what we're doing for the rest of the month. You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is I'm currently saying?
For the Christmas weekend, that's going to be fun and special, but that's it. Please don't start asking for other random games out of nowhere now. There's no time. Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be incredibly time-consuming because of the kind of game it is, so that's what it's going to have to be.
We literally felt in the Grinch game, and he doesn't even realize it. We legit felt in the Grinch game. We talked about that for months. Actual months. He was like, there was a Grinch game coming up in sometime in the fall, but we could wait all the way to December in which we could play it, and it's gonna be pretty cool. And there we go. We completely forgot about it. It's not even in our wheelhouse. It's not even on the conveyor belt. He's completely forgotten about it, and it's gonna go away silently. And somebody's gonna mention it, and he's gonna get mad. Oh, could you imagine? Somebody's going to pull it up, mention it's like, hey, you remember that Grinch game you promised you were going to play? What happened to that? Phil's going to give you this face. He's like, allow me to explain what the Grinch is. The Grinch is like a green guy, and he goes around and he steals people's presents down in Whoville. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what is a Whoville? Well, I'm glad you asked. Whoville is a village full of Who people. And if you're wondering what a Who person is, they're like a made-up character, fictionally, from Dr. Seuss, where they have like funny-ass noses, and they're pretty fuzzy, and they eat like roast beef. Pretty cool, huh?
All right. So I'm willing to bite the bullet on this one. I'm giving it a shot because it's like all circumstances have come together, right? So the game is on every console. The game has been reviewed well everywhere. The game just won Game of the Year. You guys keep asking for it, and someone donated it. If I didn't play this game at this point, I would be a complete asshole, right?
Really?
But that doesn't mean that I'm going to love it, nor am I obligated to love it and keep playing it. So
if he drops it very early, does that make him a complete asshole, or does that mean he's a justified asshole because he at least gave it the old college try of putting 12 hours into it, where an hour of it has been dedicated to him like making a custom character that he's barely going to be able to see except for certain cutscenes and like, you know, the opening cutscene? Will it be memorable and meaningful and flavorful then?
Say that the Grinch game was the most nominated for the Christmas event, so it'll get an hour of play and then dead it.
Wow, really? Just 1 hour? Ugh, Jesus Christ. Oh, you might as well just put the Grinch to bed at that point.
Let's see how it goes starting on Monday. Okay?
Thank you for letting me know that.
Is that fair enough? I hope so.
1 hour of Grinch game.
I hope that's fair.
That's literally Grinching the Grinch.
I'm listening to you.
Remember,
damn. Old Phil, this never would have happened. Old Phil would have told you guys, I'm not playing this game, fuck this game. You know what I mean? But I've been listening. I'm like, all right, if everyone, literally everything is pointing towards playing this goddamn game, then I'm gonna play it. Okay? So
he's talking about if he was old Phil would have just killed off the game, right? But old Phil also gave ultimatums to people too. Did he forget about what he did with Pokemon Sun? It was Pokemon Sun and Moon? I can't even remember. Or it was X and Y. Yeah, it was Moon, wasn't it? It was Sun and Moon.
No.
Yeah, it was. I completely forgot about that. He forgot about this. Was old side Phil right here. Yeah, he legit forgot about this.
Very nice.
This is old Phil.
Well, now, I hope you had fun. Being that I knew people were enjoying the playthrough, I decided to go a little extra long today. As you saw, I went a whole extra hour on stream, which I hope you appreciate. Quite honestly, let me take a look, because I have not looked at stream numbers all day. My God, the stream numbers were terrible. Wow, what happened? We never even... Hold on. I'm actually trying to go back here. Did we ever even get close to 400? We didn't, did we?
Wow. Remember when 400 was a low metric?
At least from what I could see. I can't see the entire length of the stream, but from what I...
Remember when 400 was a low metric on a night stream? A night stream! 400 was a low metric! He just played Robocop and he had like 280 fucking individuals in there! And they weren't even talking!
Can see, which is back till around like 3 p.m. It looks like we barely even had 300 on stream. Wow.
What's up, Sarah?
I don't know what's going on. Listen, here's the bottom line, and I'm tired of it now. No more excuses, all right? Because the bottom line is people are like, Phil's not engaged in his commentary, and Phil's commentary is boring, and that's why people don't want to watch the playthroughs of the streams. Bullshit. I'm loving this game. I'm voice acting. I'm engaged. I'm commentating on everything that's going on actively. Bullshit. I call massive bullshit on any idiot who says that about either the Watch Dogs 2, which I've been playing recently and really liking, or Pokemon. It's bullshit. I call complete and utter bullshit on anyone who's saying that I'm not engaged and I sound like I'm bored. I'm not. So I've had enough excuses. It just seems to me like people are fucking lazy and don't want to come out to the streams. I don't even know what else to say.
So what's the difference between this Phil from 2017? 2016. So what is the difference between 2016 Phil and 2023 Phil? Because he's already telling people that there are no excuses and it's bullshit and you should be coming out and enjoying this shit, right? He's telling you right here. He's literally telling you. How is that any different than the shit that he gave you quite literally for the game that won Game of the Year and everybody wants to see him play? What's the difference? There's no real difference other than the fact that for Pokemon, he was playing on a 3DS. But he's going to tell you how if you don't show up, you're fucking lazy. He's literally already pre-gaming you and telling you you're lazy if you don't show up and I'm going to kill off the game. I guess now he's streamlined the kill off process because back then he used to dangle it. He used to dangle it after the fact. Now he dangles it before the fact. You don't even get the game and you already get the fucking, you already get the prenup.
You know?
You know?
Jim Bob says that at one point we had around 350. Well, I mean, this is kind of ridiculous that I can't even get 400 people for a live stream anymore of new games. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
It would be like new games. It's one thing if this were like an old game that I was playing, it was boring, and you know, it was an older game most people didn't care about. It's a brand new game, and I can't even get 400 people on stream. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I don't know. Like, I'll be honest with everyone. I enjoyed the stream today. I had a lot of fun. I did. I had a lot of fun playing this today. But what is the point of doing all the setup for the live stream? Right now, we're at the end of the stream. I've got 230 people on stream. Why? You know, I'm confused. I don't get it.
I don't get it, dude.
I just don't get it.
Very
but
confusing.
that's the thing. Now people, if I don't stream, people will complain. Why aren't I streaming? Well, because you didn't show up. That's why. If you showed up for the stream, I would bother with it, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's the same
I don't know.
exact
I don't get
thing.
it. I mean, I'm really heavily considering not streaming this game anymore, you know? I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I had fun. I want to say thanks to those of you who were here for the stream, obviously. But, I mean, even you can see, I mean, it's black and white. It's black and white at this point that my daily live streams, people aren't turning up for them, you know? So I guess honestly that might be it. This might be the final stream for the game. I don't know what else to say. And I do appreciate again those of you who did come out, and you know there were a few things in stream chat that were pretty helpful today. So thanks for that, but I don't know. I just don't know. What's the point?
I can hear him leaning back
What's
and
the point
scratching
of live
his
streaming
beard.
People just don't show up.
I can
like I
physically
said,
hear
if
it.
I do it on premiere days, great. A new release day, you know you're going to get good attendance, right? Or if it's a special event like a marathon or a multiplayer event or something like that. Or every once in a while if I'm just bored and I feel like streaming, but I just don't see the point, you know? I don't.
Oh, those during the bottle of waters,
that is it for today's Pokemon stream.
Forgot about those.
Right now I'm going to upload all the videos to DSP Gaming. Tonight, I am going to play about 2 more hours of Watch Dogs 2. That will also be uploaded to DSP Gaming. And right now, I am undecided on whether or not I'm going to stream this again. I am, because what's the point?
I agree. What is the point? So back during the day, like back during 2016, Phil was ready to put things on the chopping block if people didn't come out. Here he's like, I'm putting things in the chopping block before you even come out. Bro, I'm skipping all of the first date, and the second date, and the third date. We're literally telling you right now, if you don't show up, nah, man, it's over. We're breaking up.
Let's see.
Let's see, dude.
Let's see how it goes starting on Monday. So mark your calendars, set your clocks, get out your smartphones, put on your pop-ups, get your little fucking smart watches, program it into there, write it on your forehead backwards so when you look in the mirror it reflects. It says Monday, Baldur's Gate on DSP Gaming. Be here. Because the way you guys hype this goddamn game, there better be 1,000 viewers on that stream. Seriously, as much as you guys asked for this game, this better be like the hottest stream of the year, right? Seriously, I mean it too. Everyone better fucking be here. Everyone. And your mother. Tell your mother to be on watching that stream. Tell your family to be on. Tell your dog to buy an iPad and be on that fucking stream.
Shit.
You work Mondays? Bud Walton says he works Mondays. You're taking Monday off. For God's sakes, you're taking that fucking day off and you're going to be here on this stream. All of a sudden, you've come down with the crippling illness. You can't make it. You gotta be here.
Debilitating?
You understand me?
Dented?
Oh my God. Now, guys, again, don't take it so seriously. I'm a joker.
Well, I'm just a little bit of a jokester. I'm just a joker. I was making jokey jokes. In fact, all of those ultimatum talks that I gave right there, those were all knee slappers, if you will.
You know I'm messing around with you. Please
boy.
tell me you know I'm messing around with you.
I'm messing with you.
Because you know the idiots will quote this out of context, and there's nothing I can do about that. They'll do whatever they want. But I'm not going to change my personality because of those idiots. I'm joking.
I'm joking, guys. I only spent quite literally 10 minutes of telling you why I was mad that this game is being picked. showing you I was visibly mad, and then giving you an ultimatum before I kill off a game because there are other games I can play. But it's just a joke, guys. It's just a joke. It's just joke. It's joke. I only make joke. It only fucking funny laugh. It's like, it's how you say the comedian.
This is all a joke. It's meant to be silly. I hope you understand, but I really appreciate that you guys gave me the feedback you gave me this year. I do. Because without your feedback, I wouldn't know what to do, and I'm willing to give it a shot. I am. Now is the time. If we're gonna do it, now would be the time. We finally finished all the major releases of the year, right?
You got to be an idiot to believe that was a joke, by the way.
We have some time.
Do you think these people felt it was a joke?
Like maybe the first, second week of January.
If you were an actual fan of Baldur's Gate and you heard all of that just now, do you think it was a joke? Like, you really wanted Phil to play this game, and he hit you with all of that just now, within the last 10 minutes. What do you suppose? You literally got fucking tonal whiplash at that point. What do you feel? Do you feel like he was actually joking? Do you think he's being for real now? I don't even fucking know. I don't know how any of these people would have felt. They would have felt something, maybe.
January to play stuff like this. So now's the perfect time to give it a shot. Now, the problem is, the game's so long, there's no way we're going to finish it, right? But at least we'll get a chunk into it. And then we can go back to it later. Whatever we want to do, we can make that judgment later. But I'm happy that you guys were understanding this year to understand I couldn't just drop everything that was going on for Baldur's Gate 3 because they decided to drop a console port of it in like the mid-September. It was like, what am I supposed to do, right? So I'm happy. Thank you for understanding, and now we're going to give it a shot. All right, now.
Thank you for understanding.
What I'd like to do, because we're going to do shout-outs, but we got to remember, I do shout-outs at the end of the stream. I'd like to open up the stream, all right, to questions about the Game Awards. You're guys just going to be able to ask me questions about whatever you want.
You know what? I'm going to keep you guys here until Peace is ready to stream, and I'm going to dump you guys off at the Peace pool. Yeah, we're gonna pee in the Peace pool, dude.
Answer them, all right? But before we get there, a couple quick reminders. Number one, please nominate games for the Christmas event, which is December 23rd. Baldur's Gate 3 is already being played. So everyone who nominated Baldur's Gate 3, thanks, but it's already being played. Now we need other games for the Christmas event. So please nominate other video games to be played for the Christmas Marathon, which is Saturday,
we gotta
December
kill a lot
23rd.
of time.
You can do that by typing exclamation point Christmas into the chat right now, or by going to the members only thread.
Maybe we might do
that's
some
available
Christmas
on the main channel page of this channel. If you are a channel member, please post up your nominations. I need more of those. Basically, it's going to go for like another week and a half, and then I'm going to do a poll to determine the winners that'll be played. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, please keep nominating your favorite playthroughs of the year in the Best of 2023 thread. You can access that by typing exclamation point Best of 2023. Okay, and then at the end of the year, I'm going to tally up the most nominated games, and that's going to be a part of my year-end series. All right. Last thing I'll say: please support the streams. As you can see,
and the money.
Sadly, we had a dip in members.
Yeah,
40 members lost during my one day off.
No way. You're telling me that a time in which DSP is streaming, there's a propensity for the subs to suddenly dip out of nowhere? No fucking way. Tell me more.
620. And then a big dip. It sucks because we had great momentum.
You remember when he said all he wanted to do was be at 500? And then it changed the moment he got to 600, and now all he wants to do is be at 600? I guarantee you once he hits 680, he's going to only want to be at 700. It's all he wants, dude. It's very easy. We just need to say at 700.
We're heading, higher
in the
and
right
higher.
direction.
Please consider becoming a member.
Gotta go in the right direction, dude.
Today. And as you know, every stream I try to hit the tier 1 tips goal. If we can exceed that today, great.
Money.
But thank you in advance for any contributions on the stream. All right, enough with the baloney. I'm fielding questions right now about the Game Awards, starting with Meatball Man. Thoughts on Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty being in so many categories? He scrolled off the screen. So many categories, despite it being a DLC. Listen, I think the reason that it got nominated in so many categories is because the original game was a disappointment. So this was that game time to shine, right? Let's be honest. Like, people finally got to say, hey, it's getting the recognition that it finally deserves because they fixed it.
Yeah, 50 wore
If the
off
original
pretty
game
quick.
had been great, it probably would have had just as many, if not more, nominations the year it came out years ago, but it was a flop. It was a disappointment.
Yeah, he only wants the 900 that it was on Twitch,
I think that's why
man.
that happened.
I like how he likes to pretend he was like at an insane amount of numbers on Twitch. I mean, yeah, back on Twitch, he did have times in which he was pretty high, but for the most part, it always hovered around 400 to 500. he only kind of got this inflated sense of how many subs he should have after the whole King Tut nonsense. And then he was like, yeah, man, actually in reality, I always had this amount of subs. I used to have like thousands of subs, dude. That's why he felt really, really weird when he saw LTG having quite literally multiple thousands of subs. It's like, wait a minute, that guy had more than me.
DLC getting that many nominations?
Wait a second.
I don't care about it.
That's not how it works. Oh well. Is what it is, I suppose.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was Emerald 7. Sorry, Emerald 7. King Tut gave him a lot of bits. But Emerald 7 gave him a lot of the subs. Mysteriously, he went away.
Here. Your thoughts on the Marvel's Blade game?
Like
Did you see the Blade movies? I've seen the Blade movies.
Cows? Big whales
I did not see gameplay of the
cows.
game. I mean, a Blade game could be good. I don't know. It's made by Arcane. Now I don't know how I feel about it. Their last few outings have sucked ass. Usually I would like Arcane. Like the Dishonored.
Somebody asked him about that one
and then
game
they had like
by,
two shitty games. So I don't know how to feel about it.
Dead by Daylight. Like the
am I interested in Visions of Mana?
Whatever?
That one surprised me. I did not expect them to actually make a direct inline sequel to Secret of Mana. Never. I mean, they remade the game, and then they had a spin-off game. I wasn't expecting them to continue the series. I guess what happened is the remake of Secret of Mana and then the spin-off game both did really well. So they decided to make a whole new sequel.
I'm going PC abuse. Okay. Oh yeah, I want to take a look at that. There was a really, really good. Oh Jesus Christ! Is there a corner demon over there? There was a really, really good point earlier today. Actually, let me see. Somebody sent me the timestamp for it. I gotta check the Discord, the super secret Discord. No, yeah, that's right, super secret Discord. It was at 13:26. It was right around here. Yeah, this is probably what you're wondering about the PC abuse, because I did put up a video of that one night stream where he was like just bopping the shit out of it, right? Where is it? It's like right here. Is it the old PC abuse? Right here.
A lot. My adrenaline gets pumping, basically. Sitting here, but I don't know how much I'm going to warm up when we actually start playing.
He show up? No,
so
you just hear it. Yeah. You start hearing it.
I think I may turn the fan off entirely for now. Hold on.
Listen to this. It's good ASMR. You know what? We'll turn them up for this segment too.
Yeah, I'm gonna just turn it off. Piece of shit.
I'm gonna rewind. He's banging on it.
I'm punching my computer. It's loud. It must be a loose fan. I only just one at the bottom. I just one at the top.
He's spanking it like a disobedient child right now. Could you, okay, just imagine right now. Hold up. This is what I got in my head. So, Eggman is currently walking around. He's like, what would he look like? Okay, he's gonna be like, here's this. So we have like, there's the corner. This is where the corner demon sits. Like, it's always sitting here, just like being a demon and whatnot. It's like, corner demon's right here. It's kind of like up on the wall and whatnot. It's kind of just chilling out. Got his little wings and everything, you know, whatever. And then DSP's computer is sitting right over here. Oh shit, I need a bigger brush size. All right, his PC is sitting right over here. It's like on the ground. And then he waddles over to it. He just like, he comes over here. Here's DSP, you can tell because he's got the little bald spot right here. It looks like a fucking donut. Little fucking Diddy donut right now. It comes over, walks up, and he starts smacking the ever-living shit out of this thing. He's hitting it. No, he's hitting it on both sides, like pack, pack, pack. There we go. We could put little Philium's dumper right here. You can tell it's DSP because there's the DSP, the DS-RE. Kind of chilling. He's just beating the shit out of it. Corner Demon's just kind of looking there. It's like, you good? You good, fam? It's like Street Fighter. He's doing like combos on this thing. He's just beating the ever living crap out of it. And all you just hear is like,
turn it off. I'll warm up when we.
All you're hearing is this the entire time.
Yeah, I'm just turn it off.
He's doing like shoryukens on it and fucking hadokens and like tatsumakis and shit.
Piece of shit.
Shoryuken.
I'm punching my computer. It's loud. It must be a loose fan.
Corey Demon's a little concerned. Bill, are you okay? Is this all right? I don't know, man.
Oh my god, this thing's a piece of shit. It's too loud. Shut up.
Yeah, sick Mugen mod.
Shut the fuck up.
He's yelling at it. No, so at a certain point, he starts like literally walking over to the side. DSP sitting here, here's his like fucking dumpy ass. He's leaned into it. He's like fucking getting ready to snort it. We're gonna put his little beady eye right here, and he's like fucking literally talking to it. He's like, shut the fuck up. He's literally talking to it like it's a fucking child. Shut up, you. Get out of here, you fucking stinky.
Loud ass PC. I wonder what fan it is that's doing that.
Shut up, dude. Can't you see I'm trying to stream right now? Come on. I got better things to do than beat the crap out of you.
All you boomers will remember when Granddad
basically
used to just the rabbit ears on the TV and pound the top of it to get
my PC is getting as loud as my air conditioner. Seriously. I mean, it is a 10-year-old PC at this point, or about to be, right? Like by next summer, it'll be 10 years old. So all the fans now are starting to make like annoying noises that they're not supposed to make.
Spinky.
So it just means they're all getting fucking worn out and shit, you know?
Spinky.
Now I will say this, if you have a noisy fan, there's generally going to be 3 problems with it. It's like weirdly offset, and you may have it as it's vibrating. That's easy to troubleshoot. You may have a situation where maybe a wire is going next to it. You never know. There could be just a wire that's being hit by the fan, or like some little piece of plastic. That could be the case. Or more often than not, it could just be a ball bearing that's going out. So DSP, in his infinite wisdom, can't just, you know, just deal with it normally. He has to quite literally dislodge whatever it is by smacking the ever-living shit out of his fucking tower. Because why not? It's just a piece of technology. It'll grow back. And it can't hit back. It can't fight back. But according to this, he was doing it again.
So I don't know why people would think that it's too kitty looking, but that's what they said.
Let's see. It's around here, apparently. Like, takes a break, I think. And he gets up out of his seat.
Where is he?
Where is it? Oh, here it is.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's right here.
Let's see what he has to say. Oops.
I am looking for a police officer.
Hey, I don't know anything.
He's just the accountant.
He was brought here.
There is always so much happening around here. I tend to focus on my work.
If it's cake dust, you definitely don't need to be doing
this. Would you like me to refresh your memory?
No! Police officer, I get you. You're right. Not long ago, they brought him here. He was already in real bad shape. I kind of felt for the guy.
Where
hey, you can hear it. You can hear it spin up. You can hear it spin up back there.
They took him away.
Hear that?
But I don't know where. I'm telling the truth. I only deal with numbers. If you need any more info on your friend, try the warehouse office. It's on the west side of the mill.
Shut up. Oh my god.
Do not move until I return.
He won't shut up.
No problem. If anyone finds me cuffed up here, I will look as tough as the others.
So basically it shuts up if I hold it. Look,
okay.
I hold it like that.
So DSP is right now over here. He is caressing the PC. So instead of like this, where DSP is like coming over, he's now like, all right, we'll give the corner demon. He has his eyes right here. So DSP is now hugging the PC. He's caressing it. He's like really up on it. He's got his like bean pressed up to it. Here's his little head. There's a little bald spot. He's got the real like, yeah, you really like that, huh? He's like held up. He's like bumping as close as possible to this thing. He's sitting on the ground hugging this thing. That's what we're doing right now. We're holding the PC.
What a pain. What a pain of a fan. It is so loud.
He's like stroking it.
Pissing me off, man.
You love that, don't
Shut
you?
up.
You love that. And now he's hitting it again. Shut up!
Like a second and then it starts again.
Let me enjoy this moment.
The only way to do this would be opening it, I guess, which I don't want to do. It's the only way to figure out what's causing it. Fucking loud ass fan. How if I hold it, it doesn't make the noise? Hold it like that.
You know how this is part of a recorded segment in the fucking stream? This is gonna make its way onto YouTube as like an actual segment. You can like reference this. You remember that one time in DSP's recorded video, he walked up and smacked his PC?
It's so annoying. I'm seriously about to open my PC and look inside. I've had enough. What the fuck?
Vikes1011 cheered 50 big ups. He also confirmed here that he has never ever opened that PC to clean it.
He has once.
Fucking fan it is making that noise.
He has once. Has he tried flicking the PC? I don't know. He's tried molesting it, so I don't know if that counts as flicking it.
I don't even know. It's supposed to, I think.
He's currently hugging it. He's currently taking its chassis off, and he's currently attempting to finger his PC right now. So maybe that requires him to flick it, depending if it's a male or female PC, of course.
It's not this one.
You know what? Somebody should make art of that. DSP undressing his PC and hitting it on the backside to get it to stop making noise. Think about it. Think about it.
It's not that one. Not that one.
He's running his fingers all over that PC. What's the matter, baby? Why are you making so much noise? Not the processor.
What the fuck is making the noise?
Yeah, because it would be the processor specifically that would make the noise.
Huh. Both the graphics card fans work. The processor fan is working. The back fan died. Look, the back fan's dead.
Look, who is he even saying that to, by the way? Look, the back fan is dead, he says to nobody. He's literally talking to himself. He's reassuring himself that something is broken and does not work. Unless my theory is correct, whenever he goes there and he hugs and molests the PC, he's talking to the coroner demon. Every single time he talks to himself, he's literally talking to this guy right here. Say hi, Quarter Demon. Hey, what's up? Quarter Demon's like, he's like in between. Okay, so if you understand what this perspective is, imagine this is like the wall, right? He's like doing this thing where he's he's holding himself against the wall by sitting in the corner. He's like Spider-Manning it right now. You know what? Actually, he has a nest. He has a nest right here. It's like a webbing. He sits on this webbing. He's just chilling out here. He could be a spider. You never know. Or Zambi. You know what? Zambi could be the corner demon. We don't actually know. Big ups Zambi, the corner demon. You should get that as a title now. Yeah, he's just sitting there. He's just chilling out in his web. He's like Spider-Man right now. He's just like, yeah, man. Oh, what you doing over there? Oh, your PC's giving you trouble? Oh, that sucks, buddy. Well, I'm over here to help if you need any help. Just let the old corner demon know, and you know, I'll try and help you out however I can, man. Official lore? Yeah, this is the official lore. When he talks to himself, he's talking to the corner demon.
Backguard fans work. The processor fan is working. The back fan died. Look. The back fan's dead.
Look. He's looking. He's looking right now. I see it.
The bottom fan works. Yeah, that's working. What is the noise? I legitimately can't tell.
The corner demon's looking, man. He's looking right now.
Huh.
He's looking.
It's funny, this doesn't even do anything. Yeah, look.
Who is he talking to?
I don't know. Can't figure it out. So, I'm looking at all the fans in the PC to try to figure this out.
Look, he's even looking at the corner demon right there. Look at him. He's looking at the corner demon. He's talking to the chat, but he's looking at the corner demon to get reassurance.
Can't figure out which one's making the noise. One of the side fans is already dead, which I figured. This thing's 10 years old, so not all the fans work, right? So one of the side fans died a while ago. No big deal. I think one of the back fans died a while ago. This thing has like 1 million fans in it, so it's not a big deal. It doesn't even feel that hot in there. But one of them is the one vibrating.
It doesn't feel that hot,
It's
dude.
not the ones on the
It'd be
graphics
1 million
card, and
degrees.
it's not the ones on the processor. So I don't know what other fan it is that's doing this noise.
He's
It's
built
fucking
PCs
stupid.
for
It's being
years,
so
man.
annoying.
He's built PCs for literally decades. He used to do it as a hobby, just like streaming. He can say that when he's in the old folks' home. Did you know that I used to stream for a hobby? He says that to like a guy named Jasper. It's not even his son Jasper, but a guy named Jasper. He's like fucking 70 years old and he's a war veteran. He's like from Iraq or whatnot. He's got the shakes. He killed 50 men
I don't know.
and they blew off his shins.
I legitimately don't know.
But he's talking to Jasper. He's like, I used to be a streamer and I also used to build PCs.
I didn't even try.
That's pretty cool, man. Do you know how to change out a fan? Nah, man. I don't know how to change out a fan at all. In fact, fans are obsolete. They're just cool themselves, right?
Well, I guess I can't figure it out.
Oh, man.
It's not a top fan. Oh, it's this one. I got it. It's the top fan. Okay.
I like to imagine his, like, PC.
Top fan.
The amount of fans that it has, it's like, it's got 1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's got another fan here, another fan. It's like got fucking 5 fans. It's like a Swiss cheese block. Yeah, you know what? This is what his this is what his PC looks like. He's actually hugging a gigantic piece of cheese.
All right, I think I'm good.
There it is. That would make sense. The entire time, Phil has actually been playing on a Cheese Engine 2000. Pretty cool. It makes so much more sense now. You're just poking in a wedge of cheese, just all the little holes.
Okay. So I got it. Cheese. I'm learning cheese. I'm learning cheese. I'm learning cheese. I gotta wash my hands now.
Pickups. He finished fingering the cheese block after he's had sweet, non-consensual relations with his PC and fingered the fan long enough. He now has to wash up.
I fixed it. It's one of the top. This PC has insane amount of fans. It's got 3 fans on the top. It's got 2 fans on each front side. It's got a big fan on the back. It's got 2 bottom fans. And then it's got all the fans on, like, you know, the graphics card, and of course the processor. So this thing has an insane amount of fans.
Yeah, it looks like this.
The one on the back's busted, and the one of the ones on the side is busted. The rest of them all still work.
Okay, so this
but the
is
one
dead,
that was making the most noise was on the top.
and then this is
the
dead.
very top front fan was the one making all that noise. So
That's
all I did was readjusted it, and now it's fine. Stop making the noise. Of course, now my hand is filthy. I have to go wash it. Then we can play. But man, that noise was super fucking annoying. It was so loud. It must have just been misaligned. And all I did, I pushed it, and now it's fine. It's not making the noise anymore.
Yeah, Sarah, he's fucking a cheese block.
At least now I know what fan it is if I need to do that again. Okay? So, let me wash my hand quick, and then we will continue. 2 dead fans is not that big of a deal. The thing has like 10 fans. So I don't think, I don't think it's having an issue here. So, alright, let me brush my hand.
Wow, I missed that graphical bug. What happened there?
So I don't think,
Next to 11 cheered 50 big ups. After
Look
fingering
at
the
that.
PC
He looks
to the point of
away.
overheating,
You got a graphical
lights a
bug.
cigarette,
What happened
snaps
there?
it one more time on its back end, and calls it a cab.
I wonder if that's having problems with the fan.
I don't think it's having an issue here.
Looks away.
So, alright, let me brush
back,
my hand and then we'll
misses
continue.
it.
Or brush my hand. Let me wash my hand and then we'll continue.
All right, well, that was Phil being abusive towards his equipment. Phil is known to be very, very physical when it comes to his PCs. He loves to aggressively make sweet, tender love to him.
It actually looks good to me because, I like the original Secret of Mana. I played it in the 90s. I rented it several times. I really like the game. So yeah, I'm actually down for that. I'm down for the continuation of any classic Square franchises from the 90s, and that's one, so yeah, that's good for me. Thoughts on Spider-Man 2 winning 0 awards? Not shocked. It's journalists who vote. Journalists are not into those games. They're not. I mean, now here's the thing. Did Spider-Man 2 really do anything amazing?
Yeah,
well,
why does he need
probably the best open world?
Be real
realism,
for a second.
Meaning,
why
that
did
New York City
DSP have to wash his hands after he jacked off? He's just going to stream anyway. That's just a part of him on the controller. Not a big deal. But if it's like dust and grime off of his cheese block that he's been molesting with the corner demon, no, that's different. He needs to wash his hands when he's done with that. Yanking and jerking the old gherkin? Nah, man. That's okay. That's just part of the old, it's part of the body. It's natural, dude. Come on.
So
get your head out of it. Get your head in the game. Come on, man. We think we are.
They'll nominate it, but they ain't gonna vote for it for Game of the Year. They're not gonna award it. They just want to get it to get recognition. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Thoughts on Street Fighter 6 winning Game of the Year? Or excuse me, Street Fighter 6 winning Fighting Game of the Year? Why wouldn't it? It was a shoe-in to begin with.
I'm surprised nobody asked him thoughts on Street Fighter 6 not winning multiplayer, best multiplayer, because it lost. I know what it is, or at least I have a good idea I know what it is. We've been having people going around clearing a whole bunch of the trees on the side. So I live out in a area where there are a lot of low-hanging trees. And in preparation for every fucking winter, we go through the same thing every single year, where they have to trim all of the fucking trees to make sure, hey, there's not going to be low-hanging trees anywhere that will fuck up everything that you own and shut off all the power. I guarantee you, what they're probably finishing up is fucking trimming out trees because I did see them when I was coming home all across. Gated community, my ass. We've had so many problems over the years, and it takes like a small fucking, it sometimes takes a fucking rainstorm to take us out. I swear to God, we have fucked up so easy over here. This shit sucks. Okay. Where the fuck was I? I gotta like look back at the Restream timer to figure out where the fuck I was before. You know what? I can figure it out. I just have to look at my stream to see where I disconnected to figure out where I actually need to be. You know what? It's pretty easy. Wait, where were we? Like a minute ago, we were at 1604. Because I did. No, it wasn't 1604. It's like, there we go. We were at 1146. Not that far.
But I think for the time, Arkham was amazing. So, but yeah, it's journalists. Journalists don't vote for fucking.
There we go.
They'll nominate it, but they ain't gonna vote for it for Game of the Year. They're not gonna award it. They just want to get it to get recognition.
He was beating
you know what
on
I mean?
that computer like he said Cat Sex was beating on her. Phil's a great guy for saving her.
Thoughts on Street Fighter 6 winning Game of the Year? Or excuse me,
you know how
Street
it
Fighter 6
goes.
winning Fighting Game of the Year? Why wouldn't it? It was a shoe-in to begin with. It has, in my opinion, the best graphics of any fighting game this year. Some people disagree. I think it does. Has the best online connectivity of any fighting game this year. It actually completely it fixed all the issues with Street Fighter 5. It really did.
Oh my God. Wardog, do you think, you know what? Thank you for pinging me multiple times, Wardog. I didn't know that it crashed at all until you told me.
More viable for competitive communities, for the casual community. It has more content. I mean, look at all the content in that game, offline content. Even if you're not going online, there's insane amounts. Then you could go and play with your avatar online and dick around. The game is made for everyone. They basically completely fixed all their mistakes from the last gen. That's great.
Call them out.
Okay?
Literally
I played some of the other
fighting
fighting games like Mortal Kombat 1. Disappointment. Competitively,
you
trash
pinged me
game,
twice.
bad
Get out of
connections
here.
online.
You
what are you
pinged
gonna do?
me twice.
How can you even say that that was going to be, you know, the winner? The funny part was Ed Boon, you know, the guy primarily in charge of Mortal Kombat, was a presenter at the awards. So he had to sit in that audience and basically grind his teeth to see Street Fighter 6 win and his game lose, even though he probably thought he was going to win because he's buddy-buddy with a bunch of games journalists. He is. He's really buddy-buddy, and he probably thought, oh, maybe if I get really friendly this year, my game will win. Ha ha ha. Nope. Oh, well. Let's continue.
Fuck? That laugh.
Get really friendly this year, my game will win. Ha ha ha. Nope.
That's a pretty good one.
Oh, well. Let's continue. Thoughts on the new Dragon Ball Z game? I really don't have thoughts on Dragon Ball Z games anymore. They don't appeal to me. It's the same shit over and over, honestly. This one's made by the makers of Jump Force, right? It's the same shit again for the millionth time. I don't watch Dragon Ball. I haven't seen Dragon Ball Super. I don't really care, quite frankly.
Wow.
How do I feel about the God of War DLC dropping in a few days? From what I saw, what I made of it, it's not...
I actually need to know this because I thought Phil was going to... I literally was banking on Phil playing this game. The DLC. I thought that was going to be the big news update because I thought, you know, Baldur's Gate was already in the bag. So how does he feel about this?
An actual story continuation. What they've done is they basically just made a bunch of combat challenges, right? Which is why it's free. If this had a major story element to it, if it was actually a major chunky DLC that continued the plot, then it would be actually sold, right? But it looks like what all they did was they added a bunch of combat challenges in this Valhalla atmosphere, and that's what it is. So for me, do we really want to see me play that game again just to do a bunch of combat? You know how boring and repetitive and grindy that would be? Probably not very fun. For people who love the game and its combat, you probably really would enjoy that. So go for it, and it's free. You can't complain about something that's free. But for me, it doesn't look that good.
Well, there goes my shot in the dark. I thought it was going to be the oddball out, and I was going to guess this DLC, and it was going to be the thing that he was going to do. But looks like I got felted. He's so rough with the PC, a thing that he needs every day. How is the relationship with Kat when she messes something up? I honestly think that Kat, considering her size, would probably be the aggressor. Because Phil treats inanimate objects like shit, but he runs terrified at the thought of anybody even being close to his proximity that might know him. So in reality, considering the stories from like back in the day where he literally hid and cried in a bathroom because Jaha and them were coming up to find him and settle the score with him. I actually don't think he gets aggressive or even physical with his wife. I think it might be the opposite. If he comes in with a bruise on his arm, you're probably going to know that Grandpa was probably being told off very sternly by Grandma.
It's just a combat challenge mode,
oh, well.
from what I saw. So, thoughts on the quick Sega games being remade? That looked amazing to me. My wife and I both were like, no way. She loves Crazy Taxi. And she's like, Crazy Taxi's coming back? And I'm like, that's Golden Axe, only in 3D. Holy shit, that's a new Shinobi game? Oh, I couldn't believe it. And she couldn't believe it. We were very stoked to see these new Sega games being made. So, hey, so it's like all of a sudden Sega remembered, oh, wait a minute. We actually make games. Did you know that?
I am in agreement with AquaSaber's take on this. I think they were just basically trying to protect their rights on their IPs and kind of refreshing them. Let's be honest for a second. Does anybody really truly want a 3D Golden Axe? I mean, there's probably somebody out there, but like, I'm not that, like, I like Golden Axe back in the day, but I don't really want a 3D version of that. That's kind of lame. Crazy Taxi, that's perfectly fine. Whatever. I don't even fucking care. Jet Set Radio, fuck it. Let's get a Jet Set Radio. But not Golden Axe. It's a little... yeah. New Ape Escape when? Didn't they have a New Ape Escape like the other year? Literally what they're doing, just renewing the rights. There you go. They're renewing the rights. I don't know. Jet Set Radio is like... though I think the thing that most people are going to be like, yeah, man, that's pretty cool.
Let's fucking make some.
Fuck it.
It's about fucking time. What were you doing all these years?
Look at Shinobi. I have no idea on the Shinobi, so I can't say anything on Shinobi.
Thoughts on Jurassic Park Survival, which takes place 2 days after the first movie. That looked great to me.
Okay. Did anybody see the Jurassic Park Survival trailer? Because this was the trailer that he looked at.
I own an island off the coast of
Re-rendered.
Really spectacular, spared no
re-rendered footage.
For this place, I wanted to show them something that wasn't an illusion.
There's no gameplay. Literally no gameplay. None.
Can anyone hear me? This is Dr. Maya Joshi. I've been left behind on Isla Nubla.
We're still doing pre-rendered footage. No gameplay. Like you're watching a fucking movie. Where's the game? What's the point? What are we doing? We're doing a beat for beat of the first movie. It's like pandering trash. It really is. What are we looking for? What's happening?
Is anyone there?
You collect resources or crap? Who fucking knows? Literally, who knows? What has been shown right now that anybody can glean off of? And then we finally have actual seconds of alpha in-game footage. We went 1 minute and 50 seconds of pre-rendered nonsense. And then we see, here's what we see. Jump from a vehicle to a platform. Walking down a hallway. A fucking raptor, a velociraptor coming at you. While you're on the ground. A T-Rex. And you close a gate. That's it. That's it. That's literally it. So where was the game? What did he see in this trailer that was like, yeah, man, the gameplay looks pretty sweet. And he gives this fucking face like he's high on a fucking kite.
What were you doing all these years? Right? Good. Make some fucking video games. Thoughts on Jurassic Park Survival, which takes place 2 days after the first movie. That looked great to me. It literally looked really good because it's the same exact location as the original Jurassic Park movie. So you're going to have tons of nostalgia if you love that movie, which I do. I've seen that movie dozens of times. It's a great movie. It's going to be really cool to recognize the dinosaurs and the things from that movie. It looks great. And if it's truly a first-person survival game with, like, it's a story and everything, I think it's going to be outstanding.
He literally saw a cutscene pre-rendered fucking movie trailer of some lady that you could probably argue it's like a fucking 6, maybe a 7 on a good day, walking around being chased by a fucking velociraptor and a fucking T-Rex. And the fucking spitting dude. Bruh. Yeah, man, this movie, it looked pretty cool. And it reminds me of the other games that were pretty cool. Pretty cool, huh?
Joel Law says, to be fair, it was a killer game year. The competition was brutal. Spider-Man 2 could have had a bigger chance at games like Alan Wake 2 and
Yeah,
Baldur's
that's
Gate
a
3 hadn't come out
T-Rex.
this year. That is correct. Very good.
Look, you can have your she's cute as fuck. I'm not gonna fucking deny you that. I'm just saying, let's put it this way. Let's put it this way, Joe. All we saw for the majority of that was that lady. And then maybe like 30 seconds of dinosaur. So unless Phil ignored the lady and only looked at 30 seconds of dinosaur, then we have to assume that, you know, he either likes the dinosaurs or he secretly liked the lady. Or he just ignored all of it. I don't fucking know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. What were we looking at? I thought we were not supposed to care about the lady, right? Supposed to not care at all, dude. We can't objectify ladies.
Thoughts of the Kojima segment? Like I already said earlier, I think that was one of the biggest highlights of the night, to know that Kojima is not just making Death Stranding 2, because I thought that's what we all thought it was going to be, and it wasn't at all. It was a whole new game. We don't know what the fuck it's going to be besides horror. The fact that he's collaborating with Jordan Peele, a real-life director of horror movies that are popular. The fact that Jordan Peele is an actual real fan of video games who plays them, and not just saying that, and knowing that he's going to collaborate with Kojima, and Kojima saying, no, we're actually teaming up with
literally
other
looks like
people
fucking
as well. We're going to have
shit.
this big, insane
I don't know what the fuck you're supposed to glean off of OD, other than there were some people, and it was like very cryptic as shit. But you're supposed to glean, oh yeah, man, but it's Kojima, dude. Kojima's gonna put out something cool.
Collaboration.
Okay, sure.
To make the most unique game
yeah,
ever. Sounds good
I believe
to me.
you.
I like
Sounds good to
uniqueness.
me.
Alan Wake 2 this year had some of the biggest, most unique parts of any video game, and I will remember those. I will remember flashing between two different scenes with a lamp that makes the entire situation change, and changing scenes to be horror and things. I will remember the giant dance number with a real band playing and live action people. I'll remember all of that because it's unique. That's what we need, more uniqueness, and not people just following the fucking outline of this is what the game's supposed to be, and people will buy it if we just do these couple things that we check off the list. No, we need more unique experiences.
He literally is talking about unique experiences after he said the fucking Jurassic Park with the nostalgia bait of taking you back to an old place that is familiar to you and dinosaurs you can recognize is pretty cool. He literally was praising not even 3 minutes ago about a game that you literally know nothing about. You know more about Jurassic Park than you do OD. You literally know it's nothing but like a rehashed adventure of the original movie, but we need more original shit and unique shit.
Do. Now,
okay, sure.
The challenge here is to make the unique experiences fun. And the problem is, with Death Stranding, the story was amazing, the graphics were outstanding, and the gameplay was terrible. What Kojima needs to do is find that balance, where it's fun to play, but it's also fun to experience. Like, everything has to be fun. He didn't do that with Death Stranding. He has to nail that with OD. I think he's getting better at it, so hopefully this will be amazing. We'll find out. But
yeah, it's not his first
a really good
rodeo.
announcement for me. Will I play the finals? Fuck no. Don't see a reason to. Not my style of game. Don't really care about it. The finals is a game for these streamers who all they do is play first-person shooter games. They just need another one to put in variety, so it's not just Call of Duty all the time. you know, I don't really give a shit about it. If you guys wanted to see me play it as a one-off stream or something to try it, I would. If it's free, I'm not buying it. Hell no. What do I think? You gotta hone in on the enemies.
Yeah, I agree. It's not Phil's kind of game. He doesn't play battle royale style games. Nah, that's a different kind of Phil.
Ooh, durable gas.
This guy, he loves unique and flavorful and robust kind of games, like Jurassic Park, dude.
So if I head this way, I can.
Why would I be wanting to play something like that? Finals? Get out of here. More like Final fuck you, idiot.
But the Ronin game, it looked good with Rise of the Ronin, right? Looks good from Team Ninja, right? And I think it's only... Was it Team Ninja?
It doesn't even really remember. I believe it was.
It looked really good to me. Because it didn't look like Dark Souls because they had like special abilities and things.
He'll 100% play it.
So what definitely wasn't Dark Souls, but it was kind of, I don't know, it's hard to read because there were no energy bars or anything, so you can't see how tough the game really was. But PlayStation exclusive, right? It comes out next year, March. It looked pretty good to me. I might be getting it confused with another game, but it looked pretty good to me in my opinion. Did I enjoy the epicness of Flute Guy using a dozen instruments during the music section? Yes and no. Like, I appreciate the guy's talent, and I absolutely love real-life musicians. I hate when they try so hard to make memes out of it. So because the guy is talented and uses different, you know, instruments, let's just keep showing him. Let's have him ham it up and act up. It's like, can we just have music? Do I have to have... Like, I understand, but do we have to have...
Wow. Imagine not liking somebody who's just performing music and getting really passionate and like moving and grooving to the music. Okay.
Have like 100 characters playing.
Man, imagine hating Flute Guy.
Bird playing the trombone, and you know, fucking, I don't know, Johnny Depp playing a guitar, and then the fucking Flute Guy going crazy. You know, do we need a million characters, or can we just have some music? Sometimes you just want some music, right?
You literally could have turned your brain off and heard the music and you wouldn't have seen Flute Guy. Was he really that incensed about somebody who was just having fun doing what they do? When DSP makes like little hand gestures and he makes little noises with his fucking mouth and shit, and he likes to get in character and crap, and he's like, and all this shit, he's like wiggling and jiggling and shit. Should we also take the same kind of offense that he did to Flute Guy? I don't know. Maybe so. Maybe that's actually what he's telling us right now. If you love your job and you're passionate, you should be mocked and ridiculed.
Pretty ridiculous.
I agree. Pretty ridiculous.
How much did I lol when Christopher Judge presented a Modern Warfare 2 campaign burn? I thought it was funny. I laughed.
How much he lolled?
Donna Allowan's dancing and singing. It was good. Obviously, he lip-synced because he's not the singer. The singer was actually there really singing the lines while he was just lip-syncing and dancing. But it was cool to see it. You already saw it in the game, and then you get to see it actually performed on stage, proving that these guys have massive talent and could actually do this as like a live stage show, too, if they needed to, which is really cool.
So them dancing is cool, but Flute Guy dancing is not cool. Right? Which is okay. Is it okay if some people do it, but other people don't?
Thoughts on Lego Fortnite? I have none. I mean, it's a kid's game. Good for them. If you ever wanted to prove that Fortnite was a game made for kids, Lego Fortnite. That's all you gotta say. From now on, whenever someone says, man, you know, that Fortnite game, you know, what are you talking about? That every streamer tried to cater to kids, and the whole game is towards kids and microtransactions. Well, where's your evidence? Lego Fortnite. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new release. A game that is way outside of stuff that I would usually do. First of all, I haven't played a Lego game in the greater part of 6 years, okay? Back in the day, I played some games such as like Lego Batman, Lego DC superheroes, Lego Marvel superheroes, but I never really played them regularly, okay? And honestly, they haven't been very prominent as of recently. This is Lego Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga, a brand new release where it covers all of the Star Wars movies, all 9 of them. In fact, can we go through them here? Yeah. So the original, A New Hope, the sequel, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, which was the end of the original trilogy.
It's kind of weird, right?
Then
it's kind of weird. He'll sit there and he'll shit on fucking things like a Lego version of a game. But like, he loves Star Wars, and Star Wars is for adults, right? It's not for kids. I mean, it could be for kids, but it's geared towards adults, right? So because this is a Lego game, should it only be for kids? I don't even fucking know. But according to Phil, right now, on the pre-stream that he did, well, I guess this was only made for kids. And he shouldn't even be playing this, right? Right? I don't know. I don't know. But there you go. Big ups Phil, proving once again that he can stick his foot in his mouth and suck off all the toes if he wanted to. Pretty cool, fun, robust, and even quite possibly flavorful.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, you win. That's all you gotta say. You're done. You walk away. You put your hair out. Can't argue anymore. Fuck.
I agree. Right, you know what? I agree with Phil.
I don't know if I'll try any new Monster Hunter.
Can't do anything.
As you know, I was 100% gung-ho to do Monster Hunter World. I played the demo. People hated it. Absolutely hated it. Found it insanely boring.
That's wrong.
I had a whole stream scheduled, 3+ hours.
That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Wrong.
And we're playing it, and within an hour and a half, everyone complained.
This is 100% wrong. Number one, Monster Hunter World, when he initially tried to play this on Twitch, he had somebody ready to go to play with him on Twitch. Like an actual monster hunting buddy. And they were a partner streamer too. But he kind of conveniently forgets that that was the case, and people were like wanting him to play it, and we're trying to convince him to play with him. But he kind of like was like, well, it's not really my game. It's not really doing that good. People aren't showing up, you know, blah, 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 blah. And then he put it away. He literally put it down. But that wasn't the last game that he tried to play. He's conveniently forgetting Monster Hunter Rise. Which, if any of you know about the Monster Hunter Rise shit, I was one of the ones who had restreamed that one time that he had did that the beta for Monster Hunter Rise, because he decided to do it on a whim. And when he played it, he did a poll. I can't remember if that poll, if I reposted it on my community page. I think I may have. It would have been forever ago. Literally forever ago. God damn it. I hate this. Did I ever repost it? Yes, I did. Monster Hunter Rise. He put up a poll, and he can't even pretend trolls came in to fuck with the poll, because they did not. This poll had like less than 250 voting in it. Yeah, look at that. 112, 31, 7. This wasn't even troll influenced. Not even troll influenced. But DSP, in his infinite wisdom, that day played Monster Hunter Rise, took a poll, even put a troll answer with a maybe. Overwhelmingly, everybody said, yes, we want to see more Monster Hunter Rise. He even made his first level of tips goal right there at $50. But lo and behold, he didn't want to play it. He made a fucking stink face. I wish I could just get the image. Yeah, you can see that little stink face he's making right over there. That was the face he was making at the thought of having to play this game again. He hated this. He hated the fact that everybody wanted it too. And I'm really petty about this. I'm petty about Monster Hunter Rise because I went on to play a whole lot of Monster Hunter Rise. And I played a whole lot of Monster Hunter World at the time too. So when he denied playing both of these games, I've been petty as hell ever since. Absolutely. I'll fucking take that shit to my fucking grave. This dude, he could have just played the game. People wanted it. But he likes to make up stories as if like people didn't want it. And, you know, he had nobody to play it with and people hated it.
And this game is the worst game ever. Stop playing it, play something else. They actually wanted me to stop the demo stream to play other games. So, I've tried it. It did not work. I mean, I'm not again. If there's another demo for the new Monster Hunter game,
we hate it,
and we try it again, we'll see. We're gonna give it a shot, but there's no way I'm jumping in head first into that game.
We hate it. Demo version 2, Monster Hunter Rise. We hate it. If there's another demo and I play it, and if everybody wants it, I'll play it. Oh yeah, he said it for this one when he did it the last time with Monster Hunter World. Well, everybody wants it. I'll play it. Yeah, I guarantee you when he fucking installs Monster Hunter fucking Wilds and he plays that for like in 2025 and he plays it for 2 hours and he gets really, really pissed off at how the movement is, how the combat is, guarantee you he will take a poll. And when he takes that poll, I'm going to screenshot that shit. I'm going to screenshot and I'm going to save it in my personal archives. And I'm going to be petty as fuck. And I'm going to bring it up. You remember that one time that you said you were going to do World? You remember that one time you said you were going to do Rise? You remember that one time you were going to do Wilds? Yeah, me neither. Fuck you.
When people hated the last one. So.
Yeah, they hated the last one,
I just gave my
guys.
thoughts on Rise of the Ronin. I guess you missed them.
Fucking assholes.
Does that mean the Star Wars games I played this year is for kids because I had a Lego game? Huh? What does that even mean?
I didn't even know that this got brought up. I'm actually kind of surprised that this got brought up. I did not see the Q&A, so this is completely new. But it's kind of funny that his response would be,
played this year is for kids because I had a Lego game. Huh?
He literally gives you the lead-in manual, huh? I know what you're talking about, but I'm pretending I don't know what you talk about, so that way I can go ahead and buy myself some time.
What does that even mean? I don't even understand what that means.
Ask
Lego games are primarily designed for children. That is true. Now, there could be some adult appeal, but they are primarily designed for children. Every once in a while, I've played one. Why? Variety. It's good to have that kind of variety on my stream.
He finds the reason why it's good now. He literally, oh yeah, no, I play it for variety's sake, right? Oh, I play it because that's the thing you want, right? Just like the Call of Duties that we don't play, and the War Zones that we don't play, and the PUBGs that we don't play. But when we play them all the time, every fucking year.
Stuff up. Not every game is for a mature audience, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah, when you outright get a game like Fortnite and I say, well, it's so, we're making kitty Fortnite, Lego Fortnite. Yeah, because it's for kids. I get it. That's fine. It's okay to admit it. What's hilarious is this group of adults who play this game so much, they won't admit it's for kids. They just, it's fine. You can still enjoy things as an adult that are intended for children. You understand that, right? Happens all the time. People still like Charlie Brown. People still like...
He's literally giving you a whole paragraph of how you can enjoy games that are for kids, but not fucking 3 minutes ago, he was making fun of like anybody who would play this game because it's only for kids and it's designed for kids. So why are you playing this?
Fucking SpongeBob. Do you think that was written for you? It's written for kids, but it's okay to enjoy it. It's fine.
It's okay.
The Muppets. Hell, I love the Muppets.
Okay.
But it's for kids. But just admit it. It's time to stop fucking trying to make excuses. Fortnite has always been a children's game. Since the moment they added everything cartoony, since the streamers dyed their fucking hair neon and acted like cartoons, it's been for children. Why won't you just admit that?
Well, if they said yes, would that change your opinion on whether or not you'll play it because you're okay with playing children's games? He just said it's okay to play children's games, but he's going to tell you it's like, yeah, man, but I don't even want to fucking play it. Is Peace on? Is Peace on already? No way. Hold up. Peace isn't on already, is he? Peace is on, Peace is on, Pizza's 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 on. Okay, let's get through the Q&A really quick, and we're gonna raid him. We're gonna raid Pizza. Let's get past this, quick. Let's finish up. We're finishing up. We're gonna go get pizza. Pizza.
The one that starts with M, I think. It looks great. I forgot the name of it. It looks great. It's basically all the stuff you liked about Persona thrown into a medieval atmosphere with
I'm clocking out early.
Looks great to me.
I'm
excited for more information about it. I want to play it.
Don't scan me.
I told you, I'm a huge fan of RPGs. To see that makes me happy. That makes me very excited.
We're going to go to Pizza's place in a sec. I just want to finish this up. Just want to get to the next questions. Come on.
The pre-show sucked. The pre-show was 30 minutes of boredom. Nothing interesting. Insanely bad lines written by the presenter.
Okay. He hates the pre-show.
On the show, which was amazing. He even got a name call out on the show.
I don't even care. All right, next question.
Okay.
Come on, pizza. Is he done?
The new Persona 3.
Okay, here we go. It's a scan. Make sure he gets a line.
The new Persona 3 trailer they showed, am I interested in playing it because it looks like Persona 5? Yes, but I can't play it. There's no time. How do you expect me to start Baldur's Gate 3 this?
He's not going to play it because of Atlas. Get out of here.
I have no idea what the hell Light No Fire is. Never heard of it.
He didn't pay attention to the fucking games being announced.
From Software was expecting was the Elden Ring DLC. Or
wait, how does he not know? Okay, the whole fire lighting thing, that's the Sean Murray game. He literally, dude, oh my gosh, he missed that whole segment. Get out of here.
If they just have presses where E3 got snubbed, Jeff got the scoop there.
Yeah, get out of here.
Wolf,
I'm ready to skip all of this.
Already talked about Spider-Man 2 not winning any awards. When they were shy, with multi stuff, that's from. Oh,
you know what? I don't even want to watch the rest of this. How much more question do we have? How much more did we have? How long did he go for? You know what? I don't even care about the questions. Questions are stupid. Questions are stupid. We're out of here. I want to go to Pete's place. We're going to the cool place. Fuck the questions. I only wanted to watch the toxic segment. It's pizza time. It's pizza time. It was a good bit. Oh, fuck. Don't say that. Fuck. Did he really try to clout chase Super Blind Man? Fuck. I don't want to. I wish there was like a transcript already. Fuck. Does anybody happen to know when he like talked about Super Blind Man? No.
Okay. And I received.
That's just money.
It's that simple. Entire show, there was like 2 dates given for anything. On the mic, so no one knew who was saying what or handle games. I mean, the first party game, it's a remake of a game.
Around here. We skipped right.
Okay, I'm waiting for more questions because some of these were scrolled off the screen and were weird. The best performance go to
best performance. Somebody cares.
You know, probably the guy.
Oh my god.
Thoughts on the costume from Fallout?
I don't care.
Another FPS, and they're
oh my god, bro. Where's Super Blind Man? Does he exist?
Thoughts on celebrities that were there? Well, here's the
thing. Okay. I don't care. He doesn't care about any of the celebrities. Just next question.
Oh, that's right. They said that. Oh, wait a minute. No. See, see, there is no DLC. There is no story DLC for Alan Wake.
That's wrong. There is a story DLC for Alan Wake. Next.
Ages, so I don't know.
Oh my god. Bro, I'm not looking for it.
Who re-upped his membership?
I don't care. You know what? There you go. Thumbs up. If you talked about Super Blind Man, he probably used him as a prop to say Super Blind Man helped with a thing, even though Super Blind Man did not. He did not get his 2 seconds of fame. He wasn't up there. He wasn't going, yay, me see whoever is currently there, as he's like looking on the opposite side of where like the stage is. And he's like, yeah, there they are, yeah. I don't fucking care. I literally don't care. Fuck it. I'm not watching it. I hate this place. This place sucks. We're going over here. The way we can watch the cool shit. By the way, Capcom is being real assholes about modified gameplay. I hate this. And they may not allow sexy costumes going in the future, which is going to be a bummer because I really, really love playing Monster Hunter with very robust and flavorful costumes. Guys, look, I'm going to admit something here. I can't play a Monster Hunter without having the Monster Hunter's tits jiggle. It's a weakness of mine. I know, shocker, right? Where is it? If we're not having the Monster Hunter's tits jiggle, it's a bad time for all, dude. We need robust and flavorful outfits. That's good and fun for the whole family, if you will. Oh my god. Yeah, that's where we gotta be, right there. Gotta have the nice open back, the nice cool nonsense. I'd start up the game myself right now, but we're not gonna do that. Damn it. Okay, 117. Oh shit. Oh fuck. All right, we'll do it. I'm gonna play that one segment so I can hear about Super Blind Man being worthless. All right, 117.
Got the recognition they deserved, which is really sad because they absolutely should be getting attention for some of these awards, like the Accessibility Award, which, by the way, Forza Motorsport won, which is Brandon Cole. You remember Super Blind Man, who used to be a fan of mine and watch all my...
He used to be a fan of mine.
Motorsport won, which is Brandon Cole, you remember Super Blind Man, who used to be a fan of mine and watch all my stuff, and he hasn't been around for a while because he's so busy now with work. He gets so much accessibility work, which is outstanding. He won. He even got a name call out.
He got a name call out. He didn't show up and he didn't hold an award. So what do I care?
On the show, which was amazing to see someone who used to be a major part of my streams now actually getting recognition on the show. I'm so proud of him. And
how is he a major part of your streams? He would just show up and give you money. That's it. All he did was show up and give you money. What? What?
Streams now actually getting recognition on the show. I'm so proud of him, and I want to give him a shout out and let him know how much publicly I'm proud of him for the work he's doing.
My guy, Brandon Cole, has done more for the gaming industry than you ever have in your entire collective life. Look, I don't even like the guy, but he is, oh man, could you imagine that? Could you actually imagine that? The dude only comes in and gives you money. You sometimes play the games that he has like had a hand in accessibility in. You have no idea the value of accessibility. And when somebody tells you to turn off a thing because it hurts their eyes, you're like, yeah, but that doesn't make any sense to me. I like motion blur. I don't understand what any of these settings are. Bro, he just likes it in name only. This guy's such a fake piece of shit.
Really awesome.
All right, well, big ups fucking Brandon Cole. You're my bestest boy ever. And you deserve all the accolades ever, obviously. All right, we're getting the fuck out of here. I'm sending you guys over to Pizza's place. It's early pizza stream, dude. Which means you get to enjoy nonsense. You get to watch some Street Fighter action. I don't know if I'm going to stream tonight on Twitch. I'm still debating it. I might hang out in Dingus's place if he's currently streaming. I might even boot up for a random game. There's no guarantee if I'm going to actually stream. If I did, however, I don't know. I'm not going to make an announcement of it. So you'll just see a pop-up notification on your phone or something. I don't fucking know. You know what? Go figure it out, dudes. But big ups. We'll see you when you see ya, and when I see ya, and who knows if I see ya. Saturday, I will be doing some early morning recordings with Dragon Slayer Productions. We are currently in the middle of a new Resident Evil run. I have never played Resident Evil 6. Okay, I lied. I played the first 30 minutes of Resident Evil 6 with Ludwig, but we're going to be going through the entirety of Resident Evil 6. It's not going to be on stream. You're eventually going to see a recorded video of it, and it's going to be on Dragon Slayer Productions video on his stream. So that's going to be pretty good. If you want to check out the stuff I've done before, you can do so over on his channel. I am so fucking stupid that I can't even pull up his fucking channel because it has a space. And every time I pull up his channel, I can't fucking find it, like an idiot. That's how stupid it is. You can check it out here. Yeah, I know. Resident Evil fucking 6 almost killed the entire franchise. If you want to check it out, me and him did the Resident Evil 5 playthrough. If you feel like ever looking through that kind of nonsensical nonsense, you can check out the playlist right here. It was pretty cool. I had fun. I actually had a whole lot of fun. I hadn't played that in years. It's been quite literally years. Oh well, okay, I'm out of here. I will see you guys later. Have fun at Pieces Place. Bye-bye. See you. Goodbye. Later. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night. Have a pizza on me.